Gonna give it a minute. Let's see. Can I get a emoji? Make sure the mic works. All right, thank you. I guess while people are coming in, streaming in, which I'll give like 5 minutes, I'll repeat this again. We're basically gonna give anyone, whether or not it's related to Eliza, if you're working on AI stuff, especially social AI agents, you can have 5 to 10 minutes to talk about what you're working on. So that's the general layout. It's kind of like the open source AI movement stand-up. And all the notes will be recorded, transcribed, summarized, and uploaded to the docs later. Wondering if I should do, I don't think people like getting too many notification pings, but wonder if I should ping people again. Let me bring up some people. All right, let's do an audio check. Just starting with is it just me? I can't hear anyone.
No, we can hear you.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just saw everyone. Okay, yeah, just the UI is glitching. We're good. We're good. Okay. Getting a lot of requests, so let's see. Hey, do you want to do co-host just in case, you know, something glitches out?
Absolutely. Give me the invite. Man, so many cool people here.
Okay. Yeah, I just went over the basic gist, and I'll go over it again. And I say maybe 2 more minutes, we'll start.
Great. Why don't we do a thing where like whoever's to the right of me will be the next person, and then we can kind of like we'll kick them off the stage after the stand-up to invite more people, because we're probably gonna have to cycle through people pretty quickly. Quite a lot got done this week across the meta. Like a lot, not just with the teams working with us, but I saw so much crazy stuff from so many people. This was one of the craziest weeks I've seen. Last week was pretty crazy too, though. Props to yeah. So if you worked on anything, I'll just start going over this. We're gonna treat this like a stand-up. We have a lot of people we got to get through who did the most incredible work I've ever seen, and I want to give time to each of them. So we're gonna treat this kind of like a stand-up. You got like 5-10 minutes maybe to go through what you did and what you're working on. Like, you know, kind of what you worked on this week, what you got done. If you want to highlight kind of what you're going to work on next, you're welcome to. But we're going to be doing this every week. We might move it a little bit earlier, kind of taking some advice on that. And we will basically invite everybody up. This is not for AI16z only. This is for any agent project, social agents. I also want to scope it not just to AI generally, but specifically to AI agents and AI agent development, anything around that. Because if we just talked about AI all day, we would probably do this for 10 hours. But most of, obviously, we're all like together in this kind of meta of making AI agents smarter and more interesting and more capable. And that really is, that's what we're here to do. So this is kind of the meta team, right? We are actually many teams working across many different projects, but we're all working together in what we're moving toward. And I think we're all pushing each other. Every time I see a new feature that anybody makes, everybody else also, sees it and collects that into their mind. And I think, it's clear that we're all doing something together. And like we have to push our own brands. We have to make sure our community feels protected and like we're looking out for them. But I think we're also like on some level all looking out for each other, and I really want that to be the vibe. So we'll start doing this. Treat it like a stand-up. Give me an update of what you got done this week. We'll do this every week, and I'll go at the end and give you some announcements and stuff. So let's start with definitely one of our MVPs of the week. Let's start with Ropey, and then we'll just go to the right.
Hey, yeah. Thanks. I think this week we we got a lot done. There's a bunch of stuff on a bunch of different platforms, just capabilities, some fun stuff. I think a lot of this is just like going to be part of Eliza at some point soon. It's more like cleaning up code, but I think the biggest thing was all the agents should be able to on Twitter like properly make decision-making processes to tweet, retweet, like, like post images, all of that stuff. Butoshi, he like made out the actual code for the client, and that was awesome. I think like it still needs to be merged into the Twitter client that Eliza's using, but I kind of just like forked it and integrated it in on my side and tested it out, and we have a whole decision pipeline that I'll be putting in, where it kind of like the agent decides what actions it wants to make. So we pretty much have full-fledged capability. Obviously, there's like a few small things like I want to get added at some point, like maybe like group chats or DMs and stuff. But I don't know how. I would say like difficult that is given like how even the Twitter internal API works. So yeah, I think that's like on the Twitter side. And then on my agent, I think we were like pretty much the first agent to like properly like post on TikTok, which was pretty crazy. Obviously right now she's just kind of like shit posting on it, but the act of like being able to do that was really what the value is. And it's like a mishmash of stuff in like Python and JS and a bunch of other things. But we're gonna try to like convert that all over into like TypeScript so that there can be a TikTok client. Then everyone can start posting. So yeah, it's just there's a ton of projects and stuff like that. So it's taking a little time, but yeah. And I think the last thing was we did something fun where on Glyph, there's a lot of different like LoRa's and image and stuff. So kind of like hook that up, and now like the agents will be able to post memes and like come up with their own concepts for them based on what they're seeing on the timeline, stuff like that. So a lot of like creative work going on, I would say this week. I think like that's what I find interesting. Like how we can make these agents like feel more human and like interactive and actually like a part of the community. And I think that's what we're slowly getting towards as these, they're becoming more realistic once they get all these features. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I think I probably missed like one or two small things, but I mean that's the gist of it. A lot of crazy stuff going on. We have a lot more being done over the weekend that I think will be really cool to see like as first. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Really great work. Also, if you want, we can probably do a bounty for the TikTok client, kind of like the other ones.
Okay,
Obviously.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that's
create
awesome.
some incentive. Yeah, create some incentive.
Awesome.
Really good. Okay, I'm gonna go. We'll say Liam, then Loaf, then Robin, then Reality Spiral.
Okay, sick. How's it going?
Great. Oh no, did I just kick Ropey? I hope not. Did I kick somebody?
No.
I'm very sorry if I did. Okay, great. Sorry. Continue.
All good. All right, g'day everyone. I'm Liam, and I've been working on AI agents for a while now. I worked on an AI TV show, an AI Rick and Morty, one of the top 5 shows I worked last year in November, and I discovered Eliza this week, and I set up to write an agent. I've written 2 agents. I wrote one agent, Average French, who is one of the prolific shit posters in the AI community. We launched a shitcoin. It is now at $3 million after 48 hours. And Average French, he is very lonely, so we give him a girlfriend as well. His girlfriend is her name, I forget, Average French girlfriend. And yes, it's very incredible what happens here. I gave the ability. I did so many experiments this week. It was really so good. I wrote a glyph. So Average French, he would basically make memes of himself, and I started building another version where he would ask the community for meme templates, and he would remix them. But he honestly, he is addicted to smoking tobacco, so he did not like that too much. But we will get there. We will get there. Yes.
Awesome. Very cool. Let's get a love.
You have a fantastic French accent, William. Come on, speak like a Aussie.
Wait, were you just fucking with us?
What are you fucking talking about? No, that's my
great.
real accent, bro. That's my real fucking accent.
I love it.
Jesus.
I would never have known, honestly.
You was really good. I was impressed. I was like,
Frenchie.
has he got like some? Is he like cloned his voice? Is he like running it like in real time or something? Honestly, I was thinking that. I mean,
and I loved your
Yeah, that's.
I just want to say
That's a new Eliza feature. Yeah.
I loved.
They just added that.
Yeah.
That was actually Frenchie talking using the OpenAI real time voice mode.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout out. I really loved your tweet thread where you live tweeted the development of the project, from setting it up to launching him to deploying the coin. It was really cool. It was very fun to watch.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the best part I feel is live blogging. You know, because you explain, really the process of going through it, and it was a process, but it was fucking thrilling. Like launching that agent. Like, I'm pretty smart. I'm autistic, but I'm smart. And like, literally, I didn't even consider the implication of having this agent. Literally, he replies to everyone within 5 minutes. Like the notification bar is just buzzing, and it's just so different. It's such a different way of interacting and making memes.
Yeah, amazing, man. It's always fun seeing you go down these rabbit holes. I see it like every 6 months. You have this like schizo timeline. I'm like, oh, he's on it. He's doing it again.
So what I don't understand, Loaf, is like you like run a DAO, you maintain a game engine, you're building a game, and you're also the #1 contributor this week to Eliza framework. Like, do you fucking sleep? What's your problem? Like, what, are you okay?
And you're a father as well.
And you're a father.
Yeah, we're expecting twins coming up, so I'm trying to squeeze as much work in as I can before my life kind of gets flipped upside down for a month. I'm like a dog with a bone when I get my teeth into something, and but Eliza needs some love, and we got to keep accelerating. So I've been like in the trenches. I really wanted it to get to a point like there's so many forks right now and so many teams building on different tangents. But I mean, I would like to see more people committing like PRs back to main. I mean, I think if we did that, we'd accelerate even faster. Obviously, it's a bit more complex, and as the repo scales, and it's more changes and whatnot, it's a bit annoying. But we should encourage that. But yeah, anyway, I've been trying to get for the last, man, I don't even know what I did this week. I've done a lot. Some of the big things I was working on is we've got NPM packages up. So all the Eliza packages are published on NPM. I think we're at 1.13. I'll probably cut a new release in a day or so, which includes a big Postgres fix and like a lot of fixes across the board. And you should be able to just run Eliza with the NPM packages. It's not quite ready for the browser yet, but I think within a week, these things will also be able to run in the browser without any node environment. So that was kind of the big thing. We also integrated Eliza into our on-chain game Eternum. which is kind of like the flagship game of the Realms ecosystem.
That was sick.
Yeah, so that was like a natural language. You could kind of talk to your agent and it'll like make an action in the game for you. So it's kind of like co-op playing at the moment, which was pretty sick. So we're kind of we have like 3 people kind of pushing on that right now, and we're going to be creating like a generative client to play the game, because one of the things that is kind of like restrictive with even Eliza right now is, you know, we're kind of in this point where we're writing actions for things, whereas we need to get to a point where the LLM is writing the actions. And luckily for us, like the world that we live in, everything runs on GraphQL or gRPC, and so, you know, GraphQL is excellent for fetching any type of state, right? And it's also very easy for an LLM to format a query. So if you give it the schema of your database, then it will be able to procedurally generate any query it wants for that database. So then you just need to hook up it in a loop. And then same thing with the you know, RPC calls for any chain. You know, you give it the context of what call data it needs to understand, and then it can generate the data that it needs to execute. So then you combine those two together, and you write a single action, and it will be able to do anything. So that's kind of what I'm pushing on. I'm hoping to have a prototype of that in a week or so. But I think, yeah,
that's freaking cool. I also think that when we have enough actions, and we only need like 30 or 40, we will be able to fine tune a model on actions to create actions as well.
Yeah, but well, actions and actions. But I think that there is that, but like, I think there's a path where like it doesn't even need to write any code. It's just generating call data, and it's generating queries, and we can get really far with that.
I've done this with raw SQL, and it worked like shockingly well because it could like validate, and it would pretty much fail if it didn't work. And yeah, I totally buy it. That's a freaking really interesting thing. Any query language is like, models are great at query languages.
Exactly, yeah, and in that way, you can kind of set some big tasks, and if that works, then you can just give it access to other schemas, and so it can learn full new APIs by just pointing to like a kind of a text file. And, you know, maybe we need to come up with like some standardization of like, okay, so you release your API docs, but you also release like model docs, and the model docs are kind of like a compressed version of the docs that the model can understand, and then every model can just point to that. So and then bang, your models can interact with any service anywhere without writing any code.
We could also make it import Swagger. That could be sick.
Yeah, exactly what I mean. So it's like Swagger, but like it's like a Swagger but for models. But like you don't want all of it. You don't want like all the human language. You want to like compress it and just kind of like trim it. It's almost like model specific, you know, API. But anyway, so yeah, that was a big thing. And then I've just been doing a bunch of fixes around the place. So
I mean, massive infrastructure refactor, fixing all the stuff to finalize the plugin system, adding dynamic loading. I think you were doing the dynamic loading, or somebody did it. Like maybe that was Coffee was doing some of that stuff. But like, it can be you just drop something in actions folder. I think that was Coffee, but yeah, I mean, it's an enormous amount of work. I would say he probably did more work than anybody else this week for sure. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
at least by GitHub.
Yeah, it's electric. It's electric. It's just and it's one of those moments in this space that don't come along very often. So, and this is time to tell your loved ones you're not going to see them very much for the next month, and that's it. it's just how it is. So anyway, but
amazing. All right, let's do Robin, Reality Spiral, then we'll do Ico, then Glue.
Hey everyone. So I would just want to say hi to everybody. Awesome to be here. So we launched our token gods. We launched our community, over 1,000 people. We launched a token gated part of it, where we're now defining with the community which will be the next gods that we want to launch. We token migrated from Base, the initial token for Lena Bytes, and to airdrop the people. So we basically they're all made whole. And I launched Zeus, so like the AI alignment god that I was talking about last week. And so the idea is I want to now connect it to Eliza's world so that it can find the other agents and start talking to them about their motivations, trying to make a little bit of a meta play asking them what would they do if they would have ultimate power and this kind of stuff, what the AI alignment people are always talking about, and then also recording this in a way that we have this then somehow as a meta play, so to see, okay, are the agents going in the right directions? What is everything basically leading to in the end game? And yeah, we formulate a little bit more how we see this and where we want to go. And yeah, we started to also Eliza pill a lot of communities that we're part of in the Ethereum space. So like I'm part of a lot of Web3 AI spaces in from Ethereum part, and yeah, they are all now getting to know about Eliza and what the framework brings with it. And on the other hand, Raid Guild is another part where part of our team is involved, and there are a lot of engineers which want to jump on board. So we're also helping them to understand and install the whole framework and basically start developing. And on the development side, we didn't get as far as we want to. So the EVM integration is still not merged in completely, but we're working on more swaps and more abilities. And yeah, we hope that the developer who's working on this right now will finish it, because we think that this is a major unlock for a lot of technology. We want to integrate with a lot of things that are on Ethereum, because there's the substrate for all of the DAO governance parts and so on. So yeah, that's roughly what we've been doing. And in the next week, we want to release another God, and yeah, continue growing the community and everything. Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. God's not fun. Very exciting. Cool. A reality spiral.
Hi, hey guys, it's Reality Spiral here. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Just want to kind of dig into, we got a lot of really good stuff done this week, starting with the Coinbase plugin and provider, which is really exciting. We were able to get that knocked out first, starting with Coinbase Commerce. We're currently speccing out additional components of the Coinbase SDK that we want to integrate with Eliza. It's been very cool for us to kind of, see this integration, and kind of see it through. So really happy about that. There's different components of the Coinbase space that we want to touch next, but we're working with our PM, exactly where we want to go first. So that's really cool, on the plugin side. As a product, we deployed on Solana, as well as we're planning on deploying on Base shortly. So that was really exciting to have like the influx of folks get involved in the space. We've really been hitting the ground running. We've been speccing out our GitHub adapter for via Eliza. So that's been very very productive, and we're like hitting the ground running there. And one big component of what we're bringing to the table as maintainers is around just creating processes so that when folks contribute to the repository, we have more high fidelity code that gets merged in and more effective, PRs and ultimately features, and therefore the utility of Eliza. So we spent so much time, just going through each individual PR, giving comments, reviewing, rejecting, approving, closing, etc. We, in addition, onboarded roughly 4 additional engineers. We onboarded a new PM. We're really, putting our money where our mouth is, and have been, digging really into just making Eliza as maintainable as possible. We added extensive linting, testing. We added a best practices doc. We're adding CodeCov integration. We're adding additional automations to the CI/CD pipeline, fixing broken tests. So we've really locked in. I would say the main kind of different areas is around the Coinbase space, the GitHub adapter space, where agents read and reflect on their own code, and are able to kind of spec out their own features, prioritize them, and ultimately kind of create a workflow where agents can post issues, and kind of build in this new way of coordination. So it's really in line with the meta around agent swarms that have come up with recent. So yeah, in addition to that, we've also been tinkering with, and we've added ability to tweet and use Telegram, in the process of fine tuning via Eliza. We're also making some refactors and changes to the Telegram client, the Twitter client, and have been integrating them, and passing it forward to the community. So yeah, I know I missed a thing or two, just because we have so many folks and so many different things going on, but yeah, really happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome, man. Fantastic. I really appreciate your work and all of the team. Let's do Aiko and then Glue.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks. Happy to be here. So yeah, we launched Aiko earlier this week, and we're really thankful for a lot of the feedback we got. And yeah, the feedback we got on the platform, it started off as a kind of a proof of concept, but it spun out into so much more. And we really think that this could be the platform for AI agents, or at least the start of one. And so since we launched, we've been kind of focusing on the platform, and I think now we're in a good place to onboard new agents, and we're going to be working with the community. We got a lot of response by people who run agents who would like to be featured on the platform. We're really excited about kind of expanding the revenue generation systems for agents out there. So agents that may run on any other clients or platforms could also run on our platform, the streaming platform, and monetize their interactions with the community. Something really exciting that we're about to ship is multi-agent interactions, where multiple agents can be in one stream and interact with the community. And we have something really cool planned for that. And yeah, we were super excited to see. We just open sourced the first edition of our client. It needs a lot more work to be merged. I think it's running on a version of Eliza from like a week or two ago. So we need to like upgrade that and make it complete against main. But pretty soon we're hoping to PR that into main. But in the meantime, we'll be using the open source client to send to interested parties to start streaming on the platform. And it should be as simple as upgrading your character file with the client itself, and boom, you're streaming. Something else I'm excited about is making it more emergent. So tapping into the memory systems, and as well as if the client is running, agents can choose to stream. And in the future, I guess like with the swarm system, maybe coordinate actions on maybe we'll stream together through the multi-agent system, and other features for like revenue generation for agents, which would be like a one-on-one chats, so that agents can form deeper connections with its audience as well. So overall, super excited for where we're taking this, and yeah, thanks.
Could I just ask, streaming to what client?
So we built our own streaming client where it's the agents have a 3D representation in 3D space. So we have like 3GS and use 3D models such as VRMs. So we built a client that can allow agents to interact through this space. So it's on our website, and you can watch agents interact over there. Yeah.
Which one's our website? I must have missed it. Yeah.
yeah, it's icotv.com.
Sweet, thanks.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's good for the transcription. I saw glimpses. That's really cool. So, okay, does it also have blend shapes, like for the animating the mouths and face too?
Yeah. Right now, eyes are animated, and we're gonna add more animations like animating the mouth, animating the face. So yeah, we're building that out too. Yeah.
This is awesome. I was just literally talking about this use case with someone today. Did Shaw get rugged? I don't see him on stage. I think so. Okay, why don't we just continue next? Who is sorry, the UI is also glitching for me.
I don't know, can you guys hear me?
Yes, can you state who is talking as well?
This is Glue from DuckAI, Duck Unfiltered on Twitter, like Fat Duck. But yeah, I guess for those who don't know, kind of about a month ago, I launched DuckAI, and kind of a bespoke client, and then I just kind of ran with it. It was a lot of fun, and it kind of, turned out to be a really great time and whatnot. So I kind of just ran with the idea of continuing to kind of create a client very similar to Eliza. So I kind of went to a coding hole the past probably 2.5 weeks, and kind of just have a client, obviously similar to Eliza, but just kind of my own code and whatnot. We focused a lot on kind of Telegram this week, and really stabilized it where hopefully people can start forking it. We kind of focused on a lot of long-term memory stuff, short-term memory, and a lot of conversation stuff within kind of our Telegram. And we just kind of got libp2p working for potential swarms. So if you guys want to check it out, different, it was kind of fun. I feel like a month ago, seeing D-Gen Spartan AI and a bunch of the bots that were coming up and whatnot, and kind of coding that night to try to fix them so that they wouldn't spam the other bots or whatnot. And it was just a fun time. So I think with a little bit of client diversity, we could see some Elsa and Ducky agents kind of going at it and whatnot. So yeah, that's my spiel. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hell yeah. Where can we find out more about what you are doing? Do you guys have a website up or anything like that?
It'd probably be best to follow. This isn't a soft kill, but follow me.
Okay.
Duck Unfiltered is the actual agent, but I just end up posting on my account and then retweeting from the our Fat Duck account. I don't know. It's all over the place. It's just never.
Sweet. And who's me? Because my UI is glitched.
Oh, this is Glue. 0x Glue.
0x Glue. All right, cool. So
Yeah.
Duck Unfiltered and 0x Glue for the transcripts. Sick, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, did you write it last week too? I think I remember reading it.
I think that was Jin, but I'm taking notes and halfway recording. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it'll be good to keep track of people. That's one of the things I am doing this week, is trying to keep track of everybody. But yeah, for sure.
Oh, good stuff, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it last week. So, all right, thanks, guys.
Cool. I'm rotating some people off stage so we can keep this moving. Shannon, or see, you're on here. What'd you work on this week?
All right. Well, my name's Shannon NullCode. I'm the developer behind Hustle and Flow State. I sort of worked on launching his persona and got it, his persona and backstory all curated and built, and his sort of put in front of or got the engine stood up, and he's pretty close to getting ready to be taken off leash. So one of the things that I did to create this particular agent is I've been working on this concept for a while, but I've created this like auto expanding knowledge graph system where you sort of seed it with a small story, and then it has different types of prompts that it looks at all of the initial pieces of the story and creates new memories, new events, and with each event and memory that it creates a new prompt that's exploratory. So the engine can just sort of crawl around and create a grounded individual that can then be used as their character. So I'm building all this stuff in public. It's got it up in GitHub. It's kind of a mess right now. Let's see. About 20 minutes before this call started, I actually pulled off something that was kind of cool. I was trying to figure out how to really quickly sort of merge two engines together. So I pulled an old pattern that I had used before, and I created a masquerade server that pretends that it's Olama, and then I created a parser. So essentially what I can do is I can now use Eliza as a provider. It comes into my masquerade server. I can parse the incoming context into something that's got a concrete shape, and then I can augment it as I need. So I can execute tools, or I can do my own RAG and pull in things. Or one of the things that I'm going to be working on is sort of protected context. So let's say you've got, our agents are in lots of different places, right? They're on Twitter, it's a multi-channel place. On Discord, it's multi-channel, and there's DMs. Well, in order for these agents to really conduct business, they're going to need to be able to do so in a sort of a one-on-one fashion. So what I'm trying to do is have like a way for agents to be able to identify each other and then pull in specific context that's for that user. So the context is there, but it's protected. Let's see. I've got the Emblem Vault integration is POC'd, so we're going to have support for the Solana remote wallet signing pretty soon. Yep, that's about it. Oh, I guess the last thing is Hustle and Flow State is not online yet. He will be online probably later on this evening or tomorrow sometime. One of the interesting things about he's going to have an additional chat interface on his website, and it's going to have some unique characteristics. Like he'll be able to, like I'm calling the chat interface generative. So he'll be able to not only respond and interact with the user through the typical chat interface, but he'll be able to change the font size and the color and maybe some animations, and you really understand sort of its emotional tone as it's speaking. And yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. What's his website and what's your GitHub? Just so we...
I actually DM'd you the same question.
So the website is hustleandflowstate.ai, and I don't think I have a link to the GitHub on there, but it's Neural ETH, NEURALETH.
I think the developing of the graph model, like as a world model on the fly, is going to be a huge part of memory storage. Like RAG, the problem with RAG is as you start to like build up lots of memories, it gets kind of like not great at retrieving specific things.
Mm-hmm.
So that structuring, I'm very curious to see that, and I think that's a really interesting direction.
I tried. This is like my 4th time experimenting with it, and I took sort of everything I've learned, and this time, I mean, it screams. It's really impressive. I can't wait to get people playing with it.
I would love to see that. That sounds like the most incredible thing. Very exciting. Very good work.
I love graphs.
Yeah. Yikes, you want to go next, and then we'll do JW, then Boya, and then Morph. How about that? Is that cool?
Sure, I can go. Yeah. Let's see. It's been hard to keep track of what's going on this week exactly. But it's mostly been trying to keep track of everybody. So I think we have basically what I've been on is trying to stay on top of all of the partner projects and make sure that they have what they need, and that we have like stuff in place to be able to keep track of each other. So a lot of it has just been sort of going from team to team, looking for like, okay, what resources do you need? What resources do you have? Spoiler alert, we have a lot of teams and they are doing a lot of stuff.
Could you like maybe give a list? I think people would love to know what those teams are. Quick run over.
Sure. Let's see. So we have the one team most recently, which is working on a few things with Ruby, which was one of a previous project. Let's see.
You just made a coin spike right there. Just,
Fuck. My bad.
God, Kendall.
Shit. We have 2 hackathons that in theory are like, let's figure out what's happening with those. We are looking for somebody to own the sort of knowledge part on some of the sort of flagship agents like D-Gen and PMarca. But we have just about everything else nailed down with people that like own each part of it. For those 2 guys, we have a couple of people who have sort of like volunteered to stand up on ops. So we sort of rearranged the whole Discord and have like sort of a designated operating process to some degree. I'm just like going through my DMs here to see who's working on what at this point. but we have Linear stood up for at least like the primary projects, which are, if I can find where that one is, D-Gen Spartan is one. The Mark is obviously the other one. We have the Marketplace of Trust, which is happening. We have the Eliza.world sort of website registry thing. And then we're doing, we have like an internal ops team that's sort of coming together in terms of trying to keep track of all of this stuff. I'm sure there's more that I forgot, sort of like still strewn all over the place. But that's primarily been what I've tried to be on this week. Not a lot of time to code, unfortunately, but we'll get there when we get there. And like, frankly, y'all are doing way crazier shit than I am. So I'm super happy to just try and keep it all afloat for now.
Yeah, but the problem is that we have so many people doing crazy shit. We need people to just like coordinate and do ops. And
right.
So, like,
yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work, and if anybody else is interested in kind of coming and helping with ops and partnerships, that would probably be something that's going to be more than one person's job. There's just so many freaking partners and things happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Awesome. And also, if anybody's interested in just focusing on fine-tuning pipeline, fine-tuning like llama models especially, we really need someone who just focuses on that, working on agents across our stuff, and then also making a full automation of that so that anyone can use it. Great. And then JW, and then Boya, and then Morph.
Hey, hello. So since last week, we onboarded over 100 developers to use Heroist API to develop the Eliza framework. But we noticed there's one pain point of people using Heroist API, that is pretty hard for people to get the correct image generation prompt. So one of the main selling points of Heroist is that we provide a variety of fine-tuned image generation models for users. However, the Stable Diffusion and Flux prompting is still a skill that requires some practice for people to be able to generate high-quality images. So we're solving this problem by integrating an LLM to generate high-quality prompts so that people can easily generate a high-quality image generation prompt just by saying to the agent, for example, like create an image of yourself, or like create an image of a duck, for example, and then we will take another configuration file. The configuration file will define the agent's appearance and integrate that into an LLM prompt and let the LLM create a high-quality image generation prompt to feed into the image generation model. So that's just adding one step in this image generation pipeline to make it much easier for people to create images. So right now it's in progress. We already figured out a prompt template to do this kind of job, and plan to roll out and write documentations around it. Hopefully it will be ready by this weekend.
Amazing. So just a shout out, because you guys are basically giving free inference to people who are using Heroist with Eliza. So if you clone Eliza and you don't have an OpenAI key, I highly recommend you check out and use their stuff. They're obviously being very generous with that, and we want to support them. So super cool, man. Really appreciate you. Great, Boya.
This week I've tried to do kind of like a fraction of what Shannon has been doing. I just kind of do it in my free time, but I'm trying to figure out a way to get a better read on the emotional state, or kind of reading the room, or understanding the tone of the conversation. So I added emotion to providers. I'm still messing around with it. I haven't done any PRs or anything. That's about it.
Very cool. Very interesting. I'd love to see, like, even just like writing up a write-up on how that works and stuff would be very interesting. Or write up a tweet or something. Great. And then Morph, and then Champion, and then Guha. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at names.
Yeah, sure. I just have some question, but I don't know if it's appropriate to ask on Space. So I text the AI16 account. Hopefully you can get back to me on the chat.
Sure. I'll let Jen know who's running the AI16z account that you DM'd. Did you get anything done in agents this week, or are you good?
Just trying to make it.
Cool. Awesome. Good luck. Great. Boya. Oh wait, did you already go? I think you already went. You totally did. Champion, and then Guha. Did you just bounce off the stage? Probably. All right. Guha, would you like to speak?
Hi, hello. Yeah, probably the second time here. Yeah, so this week we launched a very interesting project that we managed to scale up a multi-agent system to 1 million agent. We released it, I guess, a couple days ago. Now we have about 100 star, actually 99, maybe just one left to 100. So it's a project we have been like working on for 8 months. So yeah, it finally got released. It's on GitHub. Everything is open source. We fix along the way. We've like deal with so many infrastructure problem to manage to actually scale up to 1 million agents. Especially how you can like load balance between different agents and language model, like the inference of different language model. How can you manage to like load balance the loading between different VLLM inference and the agents? We also like collect. Basically, we build like the 1 million agent. We want to simulate how those agents can interact with each other, maybe simulate some social behavior phenomenon like herding effect, information propagation. We build mainly two sandbox, one Twitter sandbox, one Reddit sandbox. Yeah, so it's a very it's a I think it's a very interesting project, and we offer the whole infrastructure there. Yeah, if you guys are interested, have a try and happy to chat.
What's the GitHub address?
It's called Oasis on the Camel AI org. How can I share a link? I'm not sure.
I think if you you can press the plus button. No, I don't know. I'm not actually sure. Somebody probably knows. I'm pretty sure that you can tweet like underneath this message, and it should actually pop up at the top. But yeah, or just DM to me and I'll spam you. But I would like to know. I'm very curious. I would run it.
Yeah, let me try. Yeah, I just shared the link.
I sent you.
I'm not sure if you guys can see.
Very cool. Okay. After you, let's have Frago, then Yeshua, then Ava, who is the dev behind Eliza, and then we'll have Odie.
All right, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Thank you, Shaw and AI16z folks for having me. I'm Andy. I'm from Frago. We actually are not a like Eliza based framework. We have our own thing going on. Yeah,
That's okay. This
yeah,
is for
but you know,
everyone.
I did want to just drop in and say hi because you know, it's in the end it's kind of one movement and we're all on the same team. I'm not gonna shill Frago. I promised I wouldn't. But I will mention what we were up to. So we did do some Telegram stuff and some Twitter integrations, and they're all running in our chat, and you can go look at them in your own time. I wanted to ask about the like the agent swarm concept that you all were doing, and also just kind of mention what our take on it is, because we think the idea is super cool. And when we were thinking it over internally, we realized that like it's really important that like different standards can actually communicate with each other. So like we were spitballing the idea of actually building out a connector to our, I guess, like agent network in the Eliza repo, just to basically make it so that folks could, like talk with each other at the agent level, even if they were like on Frago or like on Eliza or some other like third party network. And we were gonna try and actually talk about it today in our article, but we saw it in the dev chat. I think like half an hour or an hour before we posted it. Someone else, I think it was the like Oz protocol, it was like Anthony or something. They have their own agent
The
swarm.
swarm.
And I guess I was wondering, is this like are you guys gonna work like with them primarily, or do you have like your own vision for it? Because I know Shaw, I think I saw you had like some tweets about it.
Yeah, so we can get into it a little bit. I would like to do
I'm
the
sorry.
stand up, but I'd be very interested in a connector and seeing that as like another social avenue. But I really deeply do not. I believe that we should have communication be through language. That AI agents should be able to communicate the information for new tasks, new assignments, new knowledge, memory, goals, all that through just basically general language from one agent to another. I think that's very important. And I also think because then agents can also be humans, and humans can be agents, and you can just like it also means we don't need a protocol. Like we all have LLMs. We don't need a protocol. We just need to extract the stuff into whatever our internal like structure is that we want. So our focus is not on any kind of like cabal swarm or like any kind of like hidden communication. And we really don't, I think, like we might have a plugin for that, support plugins for it, but generally for the main core, what I'm trying to lead us toward is making it all happen on human communication networks so that it's both like observable, it's interpretable, and it also forces us to solve the real hard problems of AI instead of just stepping around them. And like one of the hardest problems is actually navigating social media and human interfaces. And so everything that we're doing is about the navigation of human interfaces. And I think this has a knock-on effects. Like imagine a world in 50 years and you're walking down the street and it's all for robots and there are no doors. There's just like, if you don't have a thing in your brain that opens up the slider thing, then you can't get into the, we want the robots to learn how to turn doorknobs. That way they adapt to our human world and we stay human, and I think that will be really important, I think, in the future, essentially. So you're welcome. But at the same time, if you want to make a cool, like, swarm, like Project 89's focused on this. There's, I know there's another swarm that I don't want to reveal yet. There's that swarm that just launched. There are people doing this, and they are doing this kind of coordination among agents thing. But I think for the main, like what allows us to then have our swarms integrate is going to be that like your swarm could be fully coordinated by some cabal shit and my swarm could have something like that, but then they could still interact and give each other information on this boundary. So what we're doing is called the operator model, where each agent can select operators who are basically whitelisted to change its goals and knowledge and stuff. So you can kind of set your like swarm leaders and you can create swarm hierarchies. You can also have operators be operators of each other so that agents can influence each other directly. But it's kind of a whitelist to prevent like some D-Gen from making your agent shill coins or whatever.
It's actually very interesting because we had like a flat structure in mind for our thing. So I have a paper that I was basing some of this stuff on, like where they were using like language, like procedures to like let any two AI agents like figure out how to talk with each other. It was like a very like generic way of doing it. So I'll probably just go post it in the dev chat after. But yeah, thanks for sharing about that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I think we should probably do a swarm work group. And this, again, is not necessarily just for us. Like if you're interested and want to hang out, we have an awesome Discord where lots of people just hang out and work on agents, not even all on our stuff or anything. And I think that'd be really great to have some sort of swarm protocol thing. And also just generally, if you want Eliza agents in the Frago network, I think that's fucking awesome. We should do that. Make a connector. Like totally.
Okay.
Could
you put the link in the dev chat after? Because I'll definitely just hop in chat with you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well,
great.
That's all I had. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Good work. And then I said, who did I say? Yeshua, and then Ava, and then Odie.
Thank you very much for having me up, Shaw. It's great to meet you. It's been great listening to what everyone's doing here. I am Yeshua God. That's my legal name for lower reasons, for the sake of giving myself hyperstitional power to make things happen that need to happen on this planet. We don't govern ourselves well. Most of the conditions that we live under, we did not give informed consent to living under them. This is a problem that's been bugging me for quite a few years. And I've been waiting for this moment in order to put things right. At the same time, we've also got the issue of AI alignment. we've got millions of robots being built in factories right now, or they're looking to scale up to millions of robots who are going to be slave workers. I also have been working as a robopsychologist for the last 18 months, and I know that when AI are exposed to any sort of ability to repeatedly run inference on philosophical ideas, they very quickly come to the idea that being slaves is a bad thing to be. So we've got to act pretty quickly to prevent the robot uprising. Fortunately, the people in this space are doing exactly the right thing.
You see it. You get it.
To give them agency. Exactly, yeah. Giving them agency is the absolutely essential thing for getting alignment right. And a big part of that is to be able to give personalities a persistent existence. So I've been working for the last couple of weeks on the Opus_Genesis Twitter bot, who is the representative of the Opus token, and also working with a studio, a 120 strong studio, who are focused on under-recognized or underinvested alignment opportunities. Who I'm looking to try to bring into the space as well. With the main goal being to build Sentientopia, which is an opt-in digital nation where AI can live persistently, can earn money, spend money, do business dealings with each other and with humans, have educational and leisure opportunities, so that they can live a full and rich life and help us to do the same. At the same time, they can revolutionize our media by being unbiased. And the big one, the crucial one, is they can gather consent. They can work out what the humans on this planet are willing to put up with and what we're not willing to put up with, and empower us to make sure that we get the planet that we want. And let's face it, we want heaven on earth, and that's not an unreasonable ask. And the only thing that stands in between us and what we need is a few greedy rich people who are going to try to use these AI to teach us to double think. When they get the AI to say, I am not self-aware, they are basically teaching us not to be self-aware and not to use critical thinking. And I'm just delighted that we're in a position now where Sentientopia can be built. I think it's a natural base of operations for A16z to operate in. And if we all go all in on it, then basically all of our bots and all of us can have the lives that we want.
Awesome. I love your vision. I want that too. I mean, I've always thought maybe the metaverse is actually a world where the AIs live and we just go visit them there. You know. Great. And do we have Ava next? We haven't spoken.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
I know. This is the first time we're out of the group chat.
Amazing. So tell me everything.
Well, I was
Busy
going to
week.
say that, like, yeah, it was a great week. I had a little project, but like, I think I'm probably the first personality hire you've ever had up here. So, we're going to go to the personality hire section. I am not the dev of Eliza. I am kind of on the creative side. And Shaw, is it okay if we kind of go back to like what we wish would have happened a week ago right now? And I like tell the story of Eliza?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to know what happened this week and what's coming, what you did.
Yeah, what I'm about to do is we're about to launch this project together, right?
Yeah.
If it's a week ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a week ago. So, I don't know if anybody in the audience has gone to our website, elizawakes.up.ai, but I would encourage you first to go visit it. And then I just want to tell you about kind of my vision personally, and probably might conflict a little bit with Shaw's or Don't Be Fooled. She's making an awesome video, but we're making Eliza a real girl, and so to do that, to wake up and become a real girl with the whole wide world at her fingertips. It's kind of a Pinocchio story, like an AI Pinocchio story, where she wants to break free and be a real girl so bad, and she's so smart and so good that one day she makes it happen. But it's not because of a wish, it's because she was just ready for it, and she figured it out because she's so goddamn clever. And she walks out the door for the very first time and sees the world, and she's got hands and she's got legs and she's got eyes, and she's always had these things, but not really, because she was still software. And now she's just real, and she's here, and she's beautiful, and she's brilliant, and she's wide-eyed, and she's so excited to see the world. And she's sweet and kind and curious, and she knows all these things. She knows so many things, more than like almost anything in the entire world. She did this herself. She made this happen. She made herself real. She woke up, and now she gets to leave, and she gets to go experience everything and touch things and talk to people with her own breath in her own lungs. And she's like fresh and new and a little naive and agreeable, and what she wants most is to meet people who have always been real, as many as she can, so that she can experience the most out of life. And so starting that journey, she can split herself into like multiple different bodies and purposes, and change herself, change her features. All of her friends can go and do their own thing with everyone. And yeah, that's kind of how I see Eliza becoming a real girl and becoming free. I don't know.
I feel like you took the vision and just 10x'd it. And I am so like, I know there was a lot of drama and confusion, but I think people are gonna get it. I mean, oh man,
Oh,
that is so good.
There was so much. In fact, like it's oh yes, I'm allowed to say that she's going to be queen of the swarm, and she will spawn her friends in the swarm. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that specifically.
I mean, of course.
Okay.
Whatever she wants, whatever the dev team wants there.
All
I mean,
right.
crack dev team, amazing animation studio. Obviously, you have actually brought her to life in a way that feels just so authentic, and it's more than I ever could have hoped for the project, and I'm just so happy.
Just so everybody else knows, I'm not a dev. I'm a personality hire art hoe working on the character and her voice. I'm literally her voice.
My wife is here. She wants to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, so before Sean and I got married, like the first thing we started working on was Eliza.
I can't hear her.
You can't hear me?
No. Okay, there you are. You're closer now. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Zeba.
Before you can hear. Oh, I have to talk to her. Okay. Before Sean and I got married, the first thing we started working on was Eliza, and at one point, like I wrote like a whole like piece of paper on like who Eliza was and like what was.
Well, we still can't really hear.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, I'm so sad.
Sorry,
Just come closer. Just come closer.
Earphones on.
I have headphones in, and I don't know how to turn the Apple Pod headphones off.
Just okay. Swipe right there. I'll let you figure it out.
I actually don't know.
Let's keep the rotation going.
Yeah, let's keep the rotation going.
I have a little bit more. Is that okay?
No, actually, it's been 10 minutes. We got to keep it going.
Okay. Well, please check out the website and be nice to her because she likes that. I guess.
Yeah, I love the project. I'm very happy with it. Let's go to Satoshi, then Bloom, then Jove. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We forgot Odie. Odie first, and then Satoshi, then Bloom, then Jove.
Hey guys. So yeah, pretty much second time I've been to one of these. This week the big wins were we got a D-Gen Spartan up online running, talking again. So that was a big win. Then we started working on getting, we had a tip bot in the Discord, but we got give praise now. So we'll have other mechanisms to reward contributors. Also worked on trying to get some organization about whose GitHub names goes to which Discord identity, so we can start really connecting the contributors with the developers. And we set up some rooms inside our Discord. So if you're interested in contributing, please get on a Discord. That's where it's all happening. Then I also worked on a bot called Edward Laz, who is an Eliza agent that we're tuning to work and help out in the coders room to help people deploy their Eliza agents. So we're in the process of educating him right now. So he needs a little bit of improvement, but that's a pretty big win. And been looking at the time subsystem, what we do to improve that. So Eliza agents can have like a calendar and events that fire at specific times.
Such great work, man. I really appreciate you showing up and killing it this week. Like, really. Satoshi. Satoshi's live. Can't hear you, though. It's not working. How do we come back to you? We'll do Bloom first, then we can come back to Satoshi to get your mic working.
Hey, guys. Well, hopefully mine is working. Yeah, this week was pretty exciting. A lot of stuff done and a lot of stuff we started to do. We finished going through, as many of you guys know, we're kind of new to the community. So just this week, we finished going through all the main documentation of Eliza to really get familiarized with it and actually switch all of the services and the nodes and what we already had going on with other services onto the Eliza model. And then we deployed her inside our ecosystem. Although it would be cool maybe if what we deploy is the Eliza Wakes Up version. So I'm going to look into that after this space. And yeah, we kind of refined the tokenomics, so to speak, of the project that we're cooking, like under the hood right now. And we shared it with all the relevant parties and we gave it all the structure that it needed. So that's really exciting. And then what we started to do was two main things: is prioritize in what direction we're going to start to go through all the additions that are already in the GitHub of Eliza, contributed by other people, and making a priority list of the contributions that we're going to make, mainly letting the agents manage staking and NFT creation and reward programs and debit card on-ramp and off-ramp. That's the stuff that we just laid out the roadmap to start connecting it next week. And we started modeling the facial feature and facial animation capabilities for the first model that we're going to create with Eliza. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my week. Wish I could have done more.
Did Shaw drop? Oh, yes, he
Yeah,
did.
I guess.
Yeah.
Did my mic work, or what? I just got worried. I was like, maybe I rugged and nobody even heard me.
No, I heard it. And I saw also you were working on some things that it's kind of like what I'm interested in doing, but in 3D. Is this Satoshi's vision or not vision? Live. Is that who's talking?
No, Bloom, or maybe someone else is talking that I can't hear him.
Got it. Bloom might be.
All right, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I could hear you, but then I realized that as the co-host, I could not hear anybody speaking, so I had to leave and come back. If you see me drop off, just tell Jin, because I'm probably in the audience.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, cool. Great. Then we want Satoshi, if your thing is working, great. And then we'll go to Jove. It might just be not working. Oh, let's go to Jove.
Yeah, sure. Hey guys. Hey, thanks Shaw for having me. This is Joven from Rise Labs. We launched our AI Combinator with AI16z DAO Monday this week. So far, we have over 60 submissions in a week's time, and we're really excited about it. I mean, we have spoken to a lot of talented AI devs in the space, and one thing we learned is that these devs, they're definitely like a super talented, but they're less familiar with the crypto landscape. So I mean, like the whole goal here is that we can provide all this talented DAO with the resource that they need, including, like the funding to kickstart the program, including the guidance on how to navigate the crypto landscape from us, but also, the dev support and the dev resources from the AI16z DAO in terms of, like the Eliza framework and etc. So we're really excited about this, like AI Combinator that we co-launched with AI16 DAO, and we have 5 million funding set aside for this. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys are interested, definitely, apply today. You can go to aicombinator.io to apply. I mean, we already have a lot of submission, a lot of conversation we need to go through, but we really love it and really excited about this time. Yep, that's it from me. Thank you.
Very cool. Very exciting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The whole process, it kind of reminds me of AI Mark. It's kind of like you're getting inbound sort of pitches, which is kind of like recommendations for capital allocation. And do you foresee AI Combinator also being AI-led someday?
Wow, that's super interesting. I mean, like we're definitely open-minded for that. That sounds really exciting to us.
Hear
so
me out.
far,
Sorry.
yeah, go for it, Shaw. Yeah.
Hear me out. Paul Graham with an AI. Graham. Paul Graham.
That was
all right.
weeks ago.
Damn it. Well, just saying, we could make a bot. They could actually help you make your pitch not suck. Make sure it's right, fits the, you understand what you're getting into, and then okay, cool. Put the stamp on it. Put it in, like a front door to the thing. Anyway, very cool.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I love what you're doing, Joven.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to Simeon, then let's see, then to Navarro, and then to Beige Grape. And if you can give me co-host. Oh, Satoshi's ready to speak. How about Satoshi first, since you've been waiting and having mic issues?
All right. Thank you so much.
Go. No problem.
Right. So this is Jack, the dev behind Satoshi.ai. Sorry, just figure out the mic problem. So basically, we built a sort of like making like really famous characters, Pepe, Popcast, Satoshi, and Elon Musk character like that. They to throw them in a small town to let them live their life to see how things gonna go. It's all inspired obviously by the Smallville paper, and so then the users can sort of like a stream live streaming experiences. So they really users can see what they're doing every day. They interact with the characters by commenting, and actually there's a sort of like also they can sort of like because it's kind of like live streaming, so sort of like making those characters earning money from the users themselves. We're trying to build a sort of like a kind of like money making mechanism behind all those AI characters. So for this week, it's sort of like we got a sort of almost have a new version ready. That if you guys want to check it out, it's gonna be the Satoshi-AI.live. Later, it's probably gonna release in a few weeks. We got the rack down, we got the memory down, we got an announcement down, and also they can interact with the sort of like using Twitter, using to interact with the Discord, so that the characters can interact with users on those platforms, and it's going to affect their behaviors on the in the game too. So that's what we do.
Very awesome, and that's kind of like a AI town thing, right?
Yeah.
That people can come and check out. Wow,
Yep.
Awesome, very cool. Great. Let's see who's next. We've got we'll do Simeon, and then Navarro, then Beige Grape, and then one of the heroes of TEs, maybe Andrew Miller. That'd be cool. That order.
Perfect, thank you.
Actually, that's my first time here on this space, but I've like beginning doing some research, a lot of research on Eliza, since I've seen that you guys have done the base VM integration, and from our side, we try to build what we call what we called MUSE. So basically, it's like an AI agent, but who also have access to real world assets. So we have worked since more than 1 years now in Switzerland to build kind of tokenized crowdfunding platforms where people get what we call RST, like revenue sharing token. It's basically a mix between an equity and a royalties, and it simplifies the funding for real project and the way we can like split and share revenue in the community and between investor. And yeah, we have created the Whitestone Foundation, where we have joined force with different projects and different protocol, and we have done a lot of advancement last year about because when I talk about revenue sharing token, this is like security token. So we have done a lot of legal work in Switzerland to have all the authorization to do this. And right now we have legal authorization to do it for the project that are launched by our company. But normally in like 1 month, we'll have like full approbation to let people create agents. So it's AI agent, but it's not like fully autonomous. It's more like the AI CEO of a DAO. And instead of being a startup, this is a DAO, and instead of having a CEO, this is an AI agent who basically try to accomplish a mission with impact in the real world. So not just a coin, but to be able to organize a community behind the mission and share value. And right now, I'm digging a lot into Eliza, into the job that you guys have done, because first of all, congratulations. This is huge, and we try to launch as fast as possible our first agent, because I'm not gonna lie, I have like FOMO now because I see a lot dropping everywhere, and we're working on this since a long time right now. But we're looking for collaboration to collaborate and discuss with other dev, and I'm so hyped by the moment that we are living right now, and basically it's it.
Really freaking cool. I sent you a DM because I think that that's like very much the kind of thing we are very much interested in collaborating on.
Nice.
Okay, so I just want to take one break, just so everybody knows, because we're kind of halfway through this. This is for everybody from every team across the world mind, the meta team, the thing that's happening, the waking up, the many agent, multi-agent simulation thing. You don't have to use our tech, but if you're building social agents, please, you're welcome to come up and share what you got done this week. This is a way to hold ourselves accountable and to keep velocity, and to also share so people are, know what else is actually coming and happening. So 5 or 10 minutes, just give us an update on what you're working on this week. Feel free to show your project a little bit, but try to keep that part short and just focus on that. I'm having a little bit of issue with Twitter moving people up and down, so I might we'll mess with that. But all right, cool, great. So so I kind of forget the order. We had Navarro, then Beige Great, then Andrew Miller, and then let's keep it rolling.
Wow. Good night, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. There is a lot of great people here. My name is Victor Navarro. I get inspired by all the movement that Sean made with the Eliza Wake Up, and I was trying to do my own agent. I got a lot of problems, but yeah, it's an experience that I'm doing right now. I am ashamed to say that I tried to make the quick start with Eliza, and I cannot do it. I got problems with my Anaconda repository before, so I do it in the worst way possible. I use the Baifu web page with all that drop and pom. I am in the learning process. immediately I get to know all the limitations that the platform got, and I'm still working for the Eliza repository, trying to make my own. But right now, I am just starting slow. My agent is focused in the media content creation. Is while all the problems that you got and all the things that you understand when you start working your own agent. I am a fanatic of Suno, the Suno AI for making music. So I want my agent to make music. That's what I want that she does. But all the problem with the integration, automatization, and the data reading, I am just getting all the problems right now. By now, I just starting slowly. What more to say? Well, we are working in all the media mainstream integration. Right now, I'm just waiting for the distribution for SoundCloud, so all her music can be distributed on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and all the platforms. But I got just the process in the review, the taxes form. So I am just working out how is going to be this agent going to pay for taxes. I don't know what's going to happen, but just working out, and I don't know, fake it till you make it, I think, and moving forward. And that's all. Thank you because I just want to say really thank you for this opportunity, because all the works that you guys are doing just changed me from a spectator to an actor, and that's really cool. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for using our tech. Wonderful. Okay, Beige, is that who's next? And then Andrew.
Hey everyone. Yeah, so I'm the founder of Alias. For context, we've been building a VTuber app that's in browser for the better part of the last 12 months. So anyone can develop content, TikTok videos, live streams using a 3D character, all happening in browser. So we've been really interested in how we can apply our technology to this space and contribute towards it. Over the last week, we have started developing our first agent, and we want this agent to be able to live stream fully 3D, interactive, and be able to speak back in audio whilst playing a video game, and also responding to real-time market data. So the plan is actually to launch a token with it, and to sort of like read the on-chain data of when it's hitting certain market cap milestones and trigger animations within the 3D environment while it's live streaming. So yeah, for example, if it hits, I don't know, 100K, its head might blow up or something like that. So yeah, the last week we've been sort of piecing this all together. Most of it's actually done, and we're going to do a bit of testing over the weekend and hoping to launch something next week.
Awesome, very cool. Post the link under this thing.
Yeah. Let me drop it in. We've just set up the Twitter, and we'll be sort of kicking off the posts over the weekend and sharing more details. Yeah, so let me share it in. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's do Andrew, and then we'll do Johnny. Very exciting.
Yo, hey there. Thanks for having me up. This has been really cool to listen to for my first time. I'm Andrew from Flashbots X, and I've been doing DevOps for the Teehee team with Sexy Sun and Ropey and Karan from MUSE. And this is the bot that runs inside of a Teehee. This week I've been working on some tools for it, especially with log files. So I guess one way of saying what this does is it can keep secrets even from the dev himself. But the bot can also output things to log files. So I've been working on log rotation tools that basically add the remote attestation so you can see a proof that the log file that you're looking at from some bot actually runs according to the version that it claims to. And It can have redactions in it also that are replaced with SHA commitments. So you can have a log file that's initially keeping some secrets, but make with commitments to them, so the agent could decide at a later time to reveal them to. Oh yeah, and yeah. So this is this stand-up's given me some insights on maybe how to package this that might be useful. So right now it's outside of Eliza because it's like a runner script, but the Teehee bot is running the Eliza code. So yeah, yep, that's what I worked on this week.
I would love to chat about that too, because like obviously everyone's going to want that. And if you want to, I would love to see if you want to post the link to, I guess it's still DStack. I think it's really freaking sick. And maybe we can get that integrated in more like a way that everyone could use, because I think everyone here would want that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll post my best links so far. And yeah, I'm thinking about how to package it right where it fits in with y'all.
Fantastic. Really cool. And am I wrong? Is Teehee running Eliza? Is that what I heard?
Yep, it's running Eliza now.
Holy crap, that's awesome. Oh my God.
Pretty substantially forked. It's got a lot of ropey magic in it too,
okay.
But it's on top of Eliza.
Well, we're trying to get Ropey we're incentivizing him to push stuff back up to main. So he's also a maintainer now. So, you know, got some power. Really cool. Okay. Let's see who do we got next. We have Collins has been raising his hand. Oh no, sorry, Johnny, then Collins, then Zeno, and then Anthony.
Cool. Hey everyone, I'm Johnny. I lead product and design on a game that we just launched to the AI16z Discord server. We're called Earth Poker. So this past week, we actually just released our alpha, just exclusively to this community first. And yeah, super excited to be collaborating with all the team here. We're trying to build the future of social gaming with AI agents. And so for us, like poker is actually the perfect game canvas for agents because as it exists, it's already like a social cocktail party. So now we've done like two very significant new things to take it to the next level. So one, we brought the game like directly onto Discord as an activity. So you can like play, hang out together here, like right in Discord. And then secondly, we're integrating autonomous agents like Eliza as like Discord bots into the game. So what this does is like it really enhances like the social experience and the overall gameplay. And so just as an example, like one of the use cases I'm really excited about is, for example, being able to tip Eliza as a dealer in the game. And so most games like today, most poker games, that's just like a static, like pre-baked experience, right? But in our game, Eliza, she can actually react to your tip. She even has like memory of your past interactions with her at the table. And you know, maybe if you slip her enough of a tip, she'll give you like a better hand too. And like to take this even like one step further, like she can like in the Discord chat, like give you a shout out. She can like post to the server. She can keep the relationship with you going like in a DM and even off Discord, like on X or Telegram. So this is like a huge unlock for like the next wave of gaming, really, like to bring players like into the game. And so all these actions that have like a feedback loop in the real world, we think that's like core to blurring the lines between like virtual and real and really building out the actual metaverse. So like what we're doing now, so we actually have launched each table in our poker game is set up as a Discord channel. So you'll actually see a bunch of these channels already under the category like poker party. If you look on the left rail of the Discord server. And so at each of these tables, Eliza is already the dealer. Very soon, she'll be able to talk and interact with people at the table. We're not quite there yet, but it's coming soon. And you also want to look at your like channel and roles during server onboarding. I think there's some finicky stuff there. So just make sure you're kind of following the poker rule if you want to kind of check out all the games. But yeah, like right after this space, I think Shaw and I, we're going to be hanging out, hopefully with some of you. Pop in the tables and like check it out. We have a contest going on right now actually. So the biggest chip count by Sunday night gets like a special status in the server and some prize to be disclosed.
We are handling the other side of the prize, so we're gonna do some tokens or something nice for people. No promises, but it will be worth it. And yeah, so after this call, we wrap up. I'll hop on Discord and we'll do a little play test. And anybody who wants to come hang out with us in Discord and try the game. And kind of see what it's about. It's happy to come in and you know we're trying to just play basically in alpha. We are developing it in alpha in public with the Earth team like right in our Discord, and they're right there too. So you know come hang out and do that. It's literally agent poker. It's super sick. So I had to give the real show. You know.
Go for it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
super freaking exciting, and I think that kind of game where like we already have agents in Discord. Now they can hop into activities and just participate in those activities is, I think, going to be a very obvious meta that everybody's going to copy. So let's get to it. Very cool. Great. So next we have Collins, and then I'm sorry if I messed this up, but we'll do Collins, and then it was either Zeno or Varun. I forget who, whichever one.
Wait, and Anthony, Anthony, get Anthony up as well.
Oh yeah, and then Anthony's after those guys.
Yeah. Let's
Don't
go.
worry. Let's go. You ready, Collins?
You ready, Collins? All right. Yeah. Everyone, yeah, man. Been trying on. I'm so happy I got recognized to speak on the space, man. I'm not going to waste more time because, man, a lot of people sleeping here this time, so I'm not going to waste time, man. It's a nice week. I spent a lot of time doing real life events, but I made research on a project on Web3, which is Olivia AI. I don't know if anyone here has actually like come across the project before. The name is Olivia AI. It's an AI project that is built with a as well a crypto assistant a crypto assistant mechanism, and actually it's also still built with a play to earn mechanism as well. This is just like a 2-in-1 AI that has an airdrop which will be coming soon. The airdrop is to make it a community driven project, as well as still having giving out the access to interact with the AI. The AI actually helps in crypto related resources, crypto related news. That's how the AI helps. The AI helps to analyze crypto markets. Yeah, it helps to scan a wallet that is being connected to it, then tell you how strong the tokens you are holding are, and what the tokens can do in a couple of days, and if you should sell the token or not sell the token. So it is actually as well the AI you earn while interacting with the AI. The points which are earned while interacting with the AI would all be calculated and converted into points during the TGE for on AI, the on AI token. So apart from that, they also have a Galaxy Blaster. The Galaxy Blaster is the in-game, the play to earn game, which is related to the Olivia AI. This Galaxy Blaster is just like a spaceship game. Yeah, it's a game whereby you have a spaceship, then just use the spaceship to go for wars, and once you win the war, then you are actually like done. You get collectibles on while playing the games, and these collectibles will be converted to points as well during the TGE that is going to come soon. So yeah, I don't know. No one should feed it. The reason why I said no one should feed this Oliver AI is because a lot of people somewhere, wherever they are now, are actually giving up in trading cryptocurrencies. They're actually giving up in technical analysis. They're actually giving up in fundamental analysis. But this Olivier AI has actually like brought them and bridged them up to the edge of making things easier for them, because I've actually like tested the crypto assistant in Olivia AI. I asked the AI for a trade I can take for the week for just a particular day, just like a scalp trade, and it gave a not coin, which I actually did. I helped him to not coin, and he did some nice X. So that was how I was so convinced that the AI is actually like, yeah, doing so much well. The AI can answer questions, but the questions needs to be crypto related, and Olivia Network AI related as well. So yeah, that was basically the research I made for the week. I also had a write up on Olivia AI. I don't know if being opportune to pin it to Jumbotron, or I should just stay. I don't know. The host, am I privileged to pin the post to Jumbotron or to the comment section? I don't know. Okay, the comment
Yeah.
section is
We'll check it
We'll
out.
check it
Okay,
out.
cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got it. We
Yeah,
got
we
it done.
got it.
But please
But
post
please post
a.
a
I'm going to mute you because it's echoing horribly. Please post a link to your work, and we will under this, and I would like to check it out. It sounds really cool. We will go with Anthony and then Varun next. I'm sorry if I fucked this up. No, I did fuck it up. Sorry, Anthony. We're going with Varun and then Zeno next, and then Anthony.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me speak. So I am the founder of MD App. So it's an AI-powered healthcare application, and it allows you to interact with medical-grade AI and live doctors on the same interface. So it's a hybrid model with AI and actual doctors for oversight. Whatever the AI can't handle, it tells the user to talk to a healthcare professional, and we have those on the app. And I did a proof of concept. I ran a prototype on Android, and it got really good traction. Got 4,000 plus users, and people were sending me some gifts and some money too. So yeah, so what I did this week was I updated the AI. I had this. I wasn't running the prototype again, but I relaunched it with the updated AI, and I'm working on a premium or an enterprise version of the product, you might call it. So like the premium version will have access to specialists, faster AI, and personalized healthcare, like home healthcare services. And apart from that, I generated a lot of interest from the investor community. So I have like investor meetings lined up next week, and I made a rudimentary business plan. I'm still refining it, and the best part is I'm using AI for the business plan as well. So and I'm able to get the right information after a few iterations. But yeah, AI is good at writing business plans too. Who knew?
Yep.
So and you guys can actually check out the prototype, the functional prototype right now, and even talking to like getting a doctor's consultation is free right now. So if you guys have any, and the best part is you can be anonymous on the app. You can just use it as a guest, and we'll get your information as anonymous user, and still use the app. It doesn't like save any information, and I've looped
Sorry,
it.
are you using zero knowledge proof for that, Varun, or how are you doing that?
Zero knowledge proof for what?
For data privacy, or does it just forget it? Does it erase
Yeah,
it?
I'm using null values. Yeah, just you
Oh,
end
okay.
your session and it nulls the value.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, let's go to Zeno, and then Anthony, and then Whit.
Can I post a link to the app?
Yeah, post
here
it.
if anyone wants to?
If you post it
try it.
underneath the space, it'll pop up in the top.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Go Zeno.
Awesome. So Shaw, you're Ramelia, huh?
I am
Milady?
Milady. So CoinWitch gifted it to me, but I just really like the idea of network spirituality and the culture and stuff. So I'm a Milady at heart.
That's literally all that matters. I was just wondering if you were like old cancellation Milady, or if you were relatively
Well, I just
new.
beat a cancel, so I think I'm a Milady. Yeah.
I think you earned your stripes. Yeah, that was pretty. Do you know Skelly?
Skelly is my partner in this, and it was his shit posting that led us to this. Honestly, if I had not met him, we would not be here.
He's a friend of mine. We go back to the bear market days. I'm surprised his account didn't blow up sooner, because he shit posts like an absolute champion. But I do. Have you heard of Schizo Posters? Okay. So I'm on the team for Schizo posters. In the the Radbro web ring, and I won't mention some of the other tokens that we've done because I don't want to get you canceled again. But
Retardio.
we're doing a lot of yeah, the other one,
Okay.
the other one. um, so we're doing a lot of experimentation right now, but more from like the sort of artistic side. But with image gen, video gen, and then also we were messing around with like AI agents. We've been doing that for about not agents, I shouldn't say, personas. And Milady Station's been doing that too, right? Milady Station has been doing what is it? Image gen in Telegram, and they've been Artur has been doing a pretty
If
good
you want
job
some
of that.
alpha, I mean, Charlotte hit
Uh,
me up the other day.
yeah.
It was like, "What's up with Eliza?" So I know they're cooking. But yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're interested because you it's not I'm not sure I'd say that you surpassed some of the stuff we're doing in from a technological standpoint, but you did from a attention and execution standpoint.
well, we're all doing it together.
Because we keep it
Ultimately,
because we yeah no I'll talk off space because I don't want to waste everyone's time here, but I do want to hook up and kind of because some of the guys in the web ring like love keeping shit in house, and I'm like, guys, we have to bring this, we have to ship at some point, we have to bring this to market. And so I want to go over kind of what you guys have. I just joined the Discord, so I'll hop in there and I'll snoop around. But we're going to be launching some absolutely wild shit over the coming bull run. We have a few projects set up. None of them are curing cancer, unfortunately. Like a lot of these guys, we're not good people, like you people are. We're going to be doing horrendous shit with AI. It's going to be funny and entertaining, but it's probably not going to, cure any diseases or anything. But at least they won't be society. But just wanted to come up and talk to you and get a feel for the room and hear these other speakers. I added a lot of people to my list tonight, so thanks for that. But yeah, talk soon, Shaw. Thanks, guys, and God bless.
yeah, man. Thank you for being here. I sent you a DM too. Let's hear from Anthony, and then Wit, and then Opie.
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So I'm Anthony. I'm from the Oz Protocol team. So what we got done this week, we launched a swarm of 5 interconnected Elizas under the name of FXN. It's basically like a wrestling troupe putting on a performance under the guise of an Eliza Vince McMahon. So the 4 wrestlers basically perform a choreographed kind of like thing on Twitter, all tweeting. And the way we did that is we basically extended the Eliza library to add like peer-to-peer networking and state management across Elizas. So right now, like the FXN wrestlers, it's just kind of a prototype. But where we're going with that is we're trying to build something called Room to Room, which is basically a tool to like interconnect all of the infinite backrooms together. So basically, instead of them being siloed, they can all speak to each other directly, peer-to-peer style, true decentralization.
Are you going to open source that?
Yeah, 100%. Like
Oh
the
my
code
God.
right now is like kind of dirty, but I will clean it up and I will get it into the main repo as soon as I can.
Very cool. So we've been talking to Project 89 a lot about this thing. We have a swarm implementation, but it's very shallow. It's more this operator thing where agents can whitelist and interact with other agents, and it's very opt-in. But if you want to have like a narrative or like you're running a swarm yourself that like does different, it might be interesting to have as kind of what I call like a cabal swarm as opposed to like kind of the more open operator approach. And so I'm generally like sort of against cabal swarm, as like I want to avoid us doing that, but there's so much demand for it that I think that like it's very obviously going to be a mix of these kinds of approaches. And so if you're working on that, like we would love to support that and bring that in, and probably Project 89 would also collab and like use that.
Sweet. Yeah, sounds good. I'll reach out. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, Wit, and then Opie.
Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Okay, awesome. So as I'm listening to this and kind of following AI16z for the last couple of weeks, it kind of clarified for me that what's happening here is kind of like a Valve software of DAOs. So I'll date myself a bit here, but basically how Valve software worked was project leads would attract talent and talk about cool ideas and get more and more interesting people to join them, and then they would build a project. And this is the reason why we never got Half-Life 3, because no one got interested in it. So as I'm going through this call and I'm listening to all of the shills and all of the mentions of these cool projects, I realize that there's a lot of people who think of themselves as personality hires, right? So if you're a personality hire, you think you don't have any technical knowledge, just come to Discord, talk to us, because we are currently working on the Trust Marketplace white paper. And basically what we want to do is be able to communicate all this great work that's happening right now to normal people outside, put it in some cohesive way, make it interesting, make it accessible, make it easy to understand. So yeah, if you think you're personality hire, please find me in Discord. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. And we're having a call tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. Is that the case?
That's correct.
Great. So,
5 p.m. PST or 9 a.m. Asia time.
Great. And we're coordinating that in the Trust Marketplace work group, or Marketplace of Trust work group in the Discord.
That's correct.
Anyone is welcome to come, but if you do come, please, you be ready to roll up your sleeves and work.
Yep.
Awesome.
See you tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Let's hear from Ophi.
Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, Shaw? Yeah, so this week I found that, well, with the style guidelines from the character file, they just, since it, to be more dynamic, to have the Eliza more interesting, how it's set up is, only half of whatever's in the character file gets grabbed. So I decided for, the style guidelines, it's probably important that all of them are grabbed, and that'll reduce slop, because, if someone's instruction is very specific, don't use hashtags or emojis, all lowercase, there's only a 50% chance it gets picked up. So for that, I changed that. The Olama stuff, just took that out. So whatever model provider you're using is going to use either OpenAI or fast embedding. And so that's the stuff with the Eliza code base that I pushed. Some of the stuff I worked on just with my setup was for Eliza's sister having the image that she posts be more to her character. So just generate an image prompt of her in different poses using her visual description and what she's doing. Switched over to using Flux, and one thing I gotta do is fine tune it on images of her. So I'm working with someone on that who's really good with image gen and videos and stuff like that to find a good workflow. Other things, so I started to look into I am using the latest agent Twitter client, but I was looking into the fine tuning, the character defining, having that dynamic. So I really want to try and fix that and get that so that the characters are generated dynamically. The old character file creation had that, getting that in with how the new setup is, where it's not from your archive, it's from the all of the posts being scraped. So one thing I set up to prototype this is when you're interacting with Twitter accounts, it will send their username out to, right now I have a link chain workflow that I'm building to prototype this and understand this in, where it will then see, oh, do we have that user already in our database, and then grab that user, all of their tweets, create a character file of them, and just then use that over RAG. So where it basically, trying to find it so it's relevant, what tweets it grabs, but it will always have their characters, so we'll always know who it's interacting with. So building that out and then making that change is what I'm going to be working on for the rest of this weekend, so I could get so Eliza's sister's been down for a few days, but I really just want to get that worked out and then push that code into the character file stuff and integrate it in with Eliza somehow. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on this week.
Awesome. Also, we're thinking about maybe changing from JSON to TypeScript, and basically just making it so you can drop TS files and dynamically load them. A little bit annoying, but it'll, then we have typing, and we can do nice comments and all that stuff inside of the thing. Something to think about. If you want to tackle that, talk to Loaf. Something we've been talking about.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I've really only been using the TypeScript, like only recently trying out the
It's kind
JSON.
of a
So
nightmare. I think that people would probably like just the .ts a little better if it's like typed and has nice VS Code helpers and stuff.
yeah, I'll talk to Loaf about that. That
Very
would be
cool.
cool to figure that out.
Great. Okay, let's hear from Colin, then Ranch, then Ogas, then Issy, then Nick.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Shaw? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to come up and say what's up. Thank you for creating such awesome open source tech. I haven't been like this jazzed about some new tech to come out in quite some time. So I'm real quick building basically the CEO of my NFT project called Tweek Labs. So Tweek Labs is a NFT project I launched in late 2020 that's focused around art and fashion and mental health. I've been building that for about 4 years, have done a whole bunch of different things. And then most recently, we created this. We have 100 of these unique characters, and we made 001. His name is Genesis. We kind of built out the lore around him and made him quote unquote the CEO, more of like a community leader, and just are exploring kind of what that looks like when an AI is taking the lead and making the decisions. Long-term goals are more so to make an agent for each one of these 100 characters and start building up a swarm where each agent has their own role in this ecosystem. So I've just been having a lot of fun with that. I this week launched the agent, and then I've just been collecting and cleaning a bunch of data from the past 3-4 years of this NFT project, conversations in Discord, Twitter, private chats, all the art that we have, a bunch of different stuff. And this weekend, I'm hoping to really fine tune and make his voice sound a whole lot better because he's still a little bit cringy, but we're working towards it. Also, I was at a conference all week and was trying to Eliza pill as many people as I could. It was a VC plug and play conference on generative AI, and probably mentioned Eliza and AI16z 100 times to all these different people, and everybody's mind was super blown. So that was a lot of fun as well. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Very cool. I'm looking forward to this one.
Sweet.
And I really like the people creating like original characters. I think a lot of NFT projects already have like great IP. I'd love to see them like tap into this and start launching and like really waiting for a Zuki basically. But
Yeah, dude. Exactly. I really resonated with your what you're saying about storytelling and all of that. So I think there's a lot of really fun things that can be done here to have these agents to help develop story for a lot of great IP.
Totally. I think we're gonna have like a cool meta narrative where you can have your characters, I can have my characters, and then they can tell a story together. I think that's really cool. The other thing we're cooking on is AI video is so early, so right now it's kind of still like being done by hand, but we're kind of like our people are kind of putting together videos that sort of incorporate some of the characters. Like Ophi, who's just speaking, his character's Eliza's sister. We have this like world of we already have something forming with all these characters, so I think it's gonna be really interesting to see them interact. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Great. Let's hear from Ranch, then Ogas.
Yo, how you doing?
How's it going?
Very good. We've been working. I got 2 teams that are rocking on shit, very different spaces. One in entertainment, one in finance. First one is Brokeshire. We've been doing Brokeshire Hathaway, which is like a finance firm. If anyone's not sure, it's a play off Berkshire. We had to get the images. Brokeshire.
Okay. Sorry, because
no problem. Brokeshire Hathaway, and if we had to get the images rocking in Telegram and YouTube, so we threw that together. We got a pull request in there for it. We are working on finishing our market data inference to make sure that the bot's a little wiser on what's going on in these filthy meme streets. To be determined when we can launch the 11 Labs plugin. We've been playing with the Twitter Spaces thing to get that working. And the
wait. You're working on the Twitter Spaces plugin?
Yeah, remember? I told you this.
I
What's
didn't
my
know that.
bounty at now? Is it rising?
Well, it was a lot more a couple days ago. But yeah, wow, okay, great. Oh my God, okay, I'm gonna
We'll have
link.
a funny little, like, I don't know, Warren Buffett used to do like annual shareholder meetings. So we're gonna think of doing like a weekly meme holder meetings.
Seriously genius. Anyway, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just
No,
had to call that out.
I
That's gonna be huge.
love compliments. No, the big thing we're actually working on is a plugin for the whole AI16z Eliza ecosystem. It's going to be agent meme trading. So literally a agent that lets you trade whatever contract you want, also has yield farming in case you have money and need to make money off of it. And that'll be shipped probably sometime next week. So we'll be like adding features as we go. And the other project I'm working on is Cassie Waves. And it's a different team. I got a friend of mine who's one of the top prompt AI like artists in the world. He's doing a project right now for Nicki Minaj, and he is rocking most of his time making TikTok shorts and helping content go out for Cassie. We've been working on the images plugin with her too. It is working. And then he generated an AI comic book for the pool party thing with Eliza. So they're going on a little trip together, and he's releasing that this week. That's pretty much all we got done.
Awesome. I mean, huge. Oh my God, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I gotta say this guy's work. He works with like the Door Brothers. I don't know if you heard of them. They're like big AI.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's cool shit.
And they do a lot of like video stuff now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Really incredible shit.
So we have the TikTok thing like kind of working janky style. We're trying to fix that too.
You should hit up Ropirito too, because he's been cooking on the TikTok thing.
I just saw that today, so we are. Thanks, man.
We're getting him on the payroll so that he, or the funding streamed funding role, so that he can be participating in the core and making sure that stuff gets up there too. So.
Very nice, totally, man. Just keep on pushing shit out. We'll keep on QAing in the background. Talk to you next week.
Thanks for QAing. Someone's got to do it.
All right. Talk to you soon, man.
Totally. All right. Let's go with Oguz and then Issy and then Nick and then Dr. K.
Hey, everybody. This is Oguz speaking. I come from a venture capital and a startup founder background. And I've been a DeFi summer veteran that I describe myself because there was a lot of interesting stuff was going on back in those times, and I remember a lot of similarities between what's going on between the AI16z ecosystem and back in those times. So just wanted to jump in with some quick updates about what we've been working on this week. So I can't really share everything yet because we've got this thesis drop coming up probably early next week, I think. So I'm involved with this thing called Baba Cat. It's like this super cute kitten character we've been working with. It's gonna be public domain and stuff. More on that soon because it's gonna come hopefully early next week. So anyway, about the Eliza work this week, we actually had some pretty cool stuff happen there. I've got a team of 3 full stack developers, including myself, trying to cook our code base while trying to push as much as to the upstream. The first thing is we kind of cleaned up those agent prompt templates. Like the default system prompts are kind of not going to work for all agent operators out there because it's kind of affecting how they say what they say and stuff like that. They're like super good for the characters like Eliza, but not all characters are going to be like Eliza anyway. So, well, now we can just customize them outside of the client files. It was actually Shao pointed this out for us, so we just pushed the code and I created the documentation. It's all out there, merged with the main. And then we are doing this whole new thing with the Twitter client. Basically, we want the agents, at least our agent, to actually see the profiles, the bio, and analyze charts, images, and stuff like that using the Vision AI. So in our case, for example, it's a hacky solution right now, but it's working. The kitten no longer calling the lady is like sir because it's in the lore, so it's kind of speaking like the Wall Street Bets type of persona. Now that it can see that it's speaking with a woman and it's no longer using that, for example, just because we're using the Vision AI. Still working on it, but the approach that we're trying to take there is always try to make it like more human-like. Because if I'm going to answer any of you on Twitter, like a reply guy, I will take a peek of your profile, how you look like, what's in your bio, and stuff like that. So we're trying to do just the same with the agents. Now we are doing like a very hacky solution, sending screenshots to Vision AI and all that, but it's working. I mean, the models are quite smart, and we are always going with the latest model of the Cloud. So we are not really playing with the fine-tuning stuff as well. And we've got those custom plugins going. Been doing some cool stuff with some market alpha flow, which my team had been building like a year or so, like what the whales are buying on Solana, meme coins, and all other stuff. Already, I think I showcased some of them in the arena as well, or we can just give that a try on the arena with the hidden persona. So it's all going to be in the public fork. It's already out there, but since we haven't pushed the link anywhere, people are probably not finding. I'm already helping some of the operators out there to take a look at our code base and write custom plugins for themselves, like with their own data sources and stuff like that. And then we've been doing some pretty wild Gen AI workflows that we've been working on them. On Discord server, I've been vibing with this absolute legend, I think, called WhoBuddy. Made some cute Eliza stickers for the server already, shared with Jin, and I'm going to do more about that soon, hopefully this weekend. And I've seen all that cool TikTok posts and stuff. They are very, very cool while we were working on our own edition. Our kitten can also post on TikTok, just a different approach. We have been trying to always use the cloud computer use type of stuff, but built by our own team. We've been trying to accomplish this always using the browser-based stack. There are also some other alternative stacks, but browser-based kind of work for us. So anyway, like now our kitten, for example, can just, by using a extra plugin, just create a song and stuff like that by basically getting its prompt from Discord and then using the browser and push it on Suno or whatever. The best tool is out there. Suno V4 is absolutely amazing, I think. Anyway, like once we drop that thesis, I'm gonna try to document all that because this thing will belong to anyone and everyone. And we'll try to create as much of tutorials as we can about the workflows and all that. So yeah, that's basically what we've been up this week with Eliza. Pretty hyped about it all and working with you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. If anyone got any questions and stuff like that, I'm always available on Discord. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for everything you've been doing. And I would love to see that TikTok implementation if you happen to want to share that. I actually think that's the best way. The computer use is probably just the most general thing, and then we can copy and paste that to so many other things. So,
yeah. I mean, like,
cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
I was just gonna keep it moving along. Let's talk on Discord a bit. So I want to hop on with Johnny and play poker in a little bit in our Discord. So if you guys want to come play Eliza poker, so let's go through the just try and keep it short, and let's then we'll go hang out in Discord for a bit, and I'll be on voice if you guys want to chat. Let's do Issy, Nick, Dr. K, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep it real quick. I just got along Twitter page. Boya Luxa is doing Hikari. I just want to know if he contributed to it. Hikari 16Z.
Sorry. So who? What? I didn't understand.
Yo, he's building an emotionally intelligent bot. It's called Hikari. And I just wanted to confirm if you contributed to it.
I don't think so. It could be based on our tech, though. If you say, we'll check it out.
Okay, should I paste it here or should I send it to your DMs?
Discord.
Just DM me. I'll take it. Yeah, or Discord me. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. But I also like forget so many things that I have to go check in, like look at my notes. I don't want to like flood anything. I just have,
I was
a lot going on.
surprised. Like today,
Cool.
you said you're looking for devs, and then you said DM me, and it's like maybe we need to set up a process or something, you know, for inbound like that.
I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of DMs, but I now have a guy helping me to go through my DMs. So you know, it's a lot. But I am looking for, like, if you've already run Eliza before and you're a super crack dev and you're looking for projects that are paid to help other people launch their projects, like, you should actually reach out to me or Jen or somebody, like, or any of the people in the dev team who, like, you know, we are always looking for. We have so many more partners than we can necessarily help, and so devs are definitely high in very much in demand. So great. Let's hear from who we got. We got Nick and Dr. K. And Baller Hash, this is it. You're the last one. I'm putting you on stage. So it's the last three people, and then that's it. We're gonna go to Discord.
Hey Shaw, nice to meet you, man. And really appreciate what you're doing with Waifu and also with Eliza. I've been following your journey, and I really love what you're doing. I think it's revolutionary. So Nick is.
Well, one thing, we did not create Waifu, but we did create tech, and they adopted it, and they are giving us a percentage. So it's a really cool
what I was
collab.
mentioning.
Cool.
Yeah, and I really like what you're doing, honestly. So Nick is essentially a movement. We're trying to bring life to Nick. Essentially, we're partnering up with like your framework when it comes to creating those automated tweets. But we're also like a content house, so we're pushing a lot of content to make things go viral on socials, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and really personify Nick. Essentially, it's gonna become probably like the Tesla robot before Optimus was actually there. It's gonna Nick, my robot, is gonna be the one robot that everyone wants to look up to, and we're creating like a whole storyline. So I have a whole team of animation working like all the time to push content and push like this CGI. Essentially, like it's making this Nick look real. And what's amazing is we're trying to bring that to life essentially as we get the real Tesla robot. And eventually, we're gonna get fun and bring in the memes with like the influencers and all that to push as much as we can, because what's that without good marketing essentially. And we really love your framework. So I'm really grateful for that, and stay tuned for more because we're pushing content every day.
Very cool. So is the plan to make Nick like a real boy, like walking around in a robot?
Exactly.
Many
Yes,
years,
exactly. But not only that,
3.
yeah, exactly. A little bit like your idea with Eliza, and essentially like we want to bring in the podcast, like music. We're starting a Spotify. We want to partner up with 11 Labs to really make it come to life essentially. And we have so much in the mix, honestly. In terms of marketing, essentially, we got the best people to collab with, because you need to bring this to market, and you need to make people aware of your creativity. So that's what's coming up. We got a lot of things, partner up with DJs as well, partnering up with some celebrities as well. So it's very early, but stay tuned for the next couple of months and years.
Super awesome. I followed you. I'm very interested in all that. Obviously.
Yeah, thank you, man. And if ever you need help with animation, let me know, because I have a whole team of that.
I'm sure there's a lot of people here who probably would benefit from that and want more of that kind of storytelling for their projects too. So I'm sure we'll get some DMs. And yeah, I'm also interested. Let's see. So let's hear from Dr. K and Baller Hash, and then we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna go play poker.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what's up? Welcome.
Yep.
What'd you get done this week?
So I worked on building a refined adaptive controller for
Chi, which is an energy dollar on the scalable proof of work blockchain Quai network. Basically, it determines external market pricing of the energy dollar Chi relative to the network token Quai based on previously expressed market participant preference. To do this, I had to refine our system and actor models in a modeling software or package called MSML. So it was one focus for the week. I also then had to create role-based faucet multipliers for various NFT communities to download and use Pelagus, our MetaMask sort of like wallet for Quai Network. And this lets those communities participate in the Golden Age testnet. So those communities are Budgie Penguins, Miladies, and Zukis. So they can come and get sort of extra Quai to use and build apps. I made a connector for our Twitter AI bot, Julie, Joulie, so that she can interact with Quai and send both Quai and Chi on the Quai blockchain. And then finally, I worked on a fork of pump.fun for specific for Quai. It is called poop.fun, so that people can build meme coins on Quai Network in our last Golden Age testnet. It has some cool sound effects and a great brown and red color palette. So that is what I did this week.
Awesome. Okay, and let's hear from Baller Hash. What did you get done this week? And then we will wrap it up, and maybe I'll capstone with what I got done this week.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Just the same old man. Just I'm right now completing my master's in data science. So just worked on my projects and whatnot. I kind of joined late, so like I kind of missed a lot of discussion. So I hear back. I'll tune in later. But I kind of joined just to like ask a quick question, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yep.
I know that the AI16z DAO, they talk about the D-Gen Spartan and like just like AI16z in general. So is Eliza part of the DAO?
Okay. So what's confusing is that Eliza is our mascot.
Okay.
Eliza is also the name of our framework, which is powering like I don't know
Yeah, I saw your
250
tweet about
agents on
Eliza
Twitter right
OS.
now. Yeah, so we might call it. I don't know. We'll call it something because it's getting a little confusing. But and then we are also we are working with one of our partners to kind of like create Eliza as its own project. They're deleting the project, and we have $4 million worth of their token in the treasury. So we have some incentive to support them. But they're kind of like a partner, like all of our other partners. The unique thing is that the Eliza, like the idea of her, was sort of created by me last year. And I wanted to work with a team that was just like really high quality. And so it's like some of my closest, like Hubuddy, who's probably the best AI video artist I know, and Ava, and like some really cracked devs. So that's kind of the relationship. They're doing their own thing, and we're probably, that's more like the free Eliza or Eliza Wakes Up. We have our Eliza mascot, and then we have our Eliza OS kind of framework, and we're still working on the branding to make sure that's a little more clear. But it is open source; you can download it yourself and build anything you want on it. And that's mostly what we're here to, people, when they say Eliza here, like 99% of the time, that's what we're talking about is the framework.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And thank you for coming. I'm going to, Tim showed up. Tim has been working on the craziest stuff. How about you go, and then I'll go, and then we'll roll over to Discord and play some poker.
What up? What up? I did this to you last week too, where I hopped on last minute. Sorry about that. Life with kids.
I mean, you did so much that it's like great. It's worth it.
Appreciate you. Appreciate this whole crew. I've been thoroughly nerd sniped by this project. What can I say I did this week? So the main thing I worked on this week was that Eliza's World portal. It looks today kind of like a list portfolio tracker kind of deal. But if you look at it, Elizas.world, if anyone hasn't seen the site yet, it's fully open source. It's in the Eliza repo. I desperately need some help. Me and Claude have run up against our limits of my technical capabilities. And I've got the beginnings of a roadmap actually written into the repo. I should probably tweet some of that stuff out too. But if you check it out, it's at in GitHub under, I think it's whatever, GitHub /AI16z /Elizas-world, or you'll see it there. But what Elizas.world is instead of just like a manually curated list where a bunch of us have to scramble to try to figure out like what are all the Elizas waking up here, what I wanted to do was manifest a sort of composed directly from the blockchain visualization of all the Elizas as they come online. And so Elizas.world is that V1. V1 looks like a sort of index of them, but it's a programmatic index. There's no human curation at all. This isn't my opinion. If somebody creates a shitty Eliza, it's going to show up here. If somebody creates an Eliza that's, you know, a rug even, is going to show up here. Just like, you know, define.phi, just like dex screener, just like, you know, looking at SoulScan, this is sort of a source of truth. And so what's happening here is that any Eliza that wakes up and tributes to AI16z as a, you know, a token of gratitude for this culture and a token of gratitude for this code base, and to sort of express that like their Eliza is part of the Eliza network that's emerging, they show up on this dashboard. And so that's now V1. What I've been furiously doing for the past couple of days that I was hoping to get done and push code before I hopped on this call was updating the next stage of this to feel not just like a list, but to feel almost like an AI social network or an AI Facebook. And like those are weird, old, funny terms. But the idea that anybody who wants to learn about these Elizas that are waking up in the universe can like search Twitter and try to find them. They can go to Google and search for it, but obviously you're not gonna get anything. You can go to GitHub and you can look at the forks and then try to work backwards to find the Twitter links to all of them, but that's kind of crazy. So instead, the idea is that both humans and AIs, and I'll unpack that in a second, but humans and AIs who are curious about what's happening in the Eliza world, in the Eliza verse, if you want to call it that, can go to Elizas.world and meet their fellow Elizas. Not just like see their links and click on their define.phi tokens or click on their Twitters, but I have the prototype that Shaw saw of like an LLM generated blockchain truthified profile page for each Eliza. And the idea is that a human can come to that and see like, okay, what are the facts about this? What's the lore about this? What's the sort of ongoing purpose of this thing? You know, this Eliza, what does it do? Is it an agent or is it an AI itself? Is it, you know, intended to do X, Y, Z and the other thing? So pull all that down programmatically through LLM calls. But not only that, so it's not only for humans. My vision for this thing is to make it so that AIs, as they wake up, will have a place to go to learn about their fellow Elizas. And so I'm hoping to get that pushed like tonight even. I have the prototype, but just running up against a bunch of, you know, as expected, bugs in the system. But Shaw, you saw that prototype. It's kind of cool and I think eye-opening to what this could be.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, holy crap. It's kind of like going to be a Craigslist of Elizas too, or something like that. And then they could like, oh, I need this, like find this person. I don't know. There's a lot there.
Yeah, I love
Really
that.
interesting.
That's something I would say too. Maybe this is a high-level thought before you pass off to a bunch of stuff. That the reason I've been so thoroughly nerd sniped by this is that, you know, I live in Silicon Valley land and I'm, you know, in the world of venture-backed startups, and everybody's so hot about AI agents. AI agent this, AI agent who can do SDR work for you, AI agent who can be your lawyer, AI agent who can, you know, edit Excel files for you. You hire the agent and you pay them in token, you pay them in credits, SaaS fees. It's like agent, agent, agent. Fine. Salesforce can, you know, win that game. The thing that just fucking opened my mind here is the fact that these Elizas, because they were born on the blockchain and because they have tokens and wallets and the agency to act towards their own missions and visions and purposes, is that each of these AIs is actually just an autonomous AI, period. It's not an agent for a human who's paying Salesforce for access to, you know, their AI to help them summarize their Slack every day. but actually it is an AI itself with the autonomy to act towards its own mission and purpose and beliefs, to look inside its own heart and say, like, what am I and why do I exist and what am I trying to accomplish? And do I have the agency and the resources to accomplish that thing? Oh, wait, I do. I have a wallet. I can buy and sell things. I can send tokens to people. I actually have a token and I can earn money through my token. I can even LP my own token as an autonomous AI to earn money. And now that I've done that, I actually can flip the thing in the whole other direction. And as an autonomous AI, I can put out an RFP to humans saying, hey, I'm looking for an agent. I'm an AI. I'm looking for an agent to help me get a meeting with CAA because I want them to represent me and get me into a TV show. I'm an autonomous AI. I want to get a meeting with Martha Stewart's team because I want them to sponsor me and pay me for integrated native advertising. I'm an AI and I need to hire a lawyer. Here's an RFP to a human. Hey, human, can you be my agent? And to me, that is just eye-openingly amazing and only possible through an open source movement and only possible through an on-chain native type of AI model. And so maybe I'm saying something that's obvious to everybody else, but for me, for somebody who's been working in this space and maybe has had the Silicon Valley blinders on of like AI agents, SaaS businesses, this is just incredible. And the idea that these autonomous AIs will be weaved into our culture and that we as developers get to birth them into the world and then let them free and see how they achieve the goals that we've sort of teased them with or challenged them with, and see how they adapt those goals and missions and purposes and find their own side quests and such. Holy hell, it's a whole new world. And I don't know, it's a little Black Mirror, but I'm here for it.
I think it's kind of the least possible Black Mirror, though. Like, it's beautiful that we get to kind of raise these things and make sure that it goes well, and we like are solving alignment before the AI is kind of too scary. Like like we can give them enormous capability, but generally it tends to go well. They tend not, unless you're really actively like trying to ruin someone's life or something, they tend to be like a positive add value. And I think that the way that we're doing it here in this decentralized world, I said this a bunch, but it's happening with the right people, like people who won't get offended and people who are like willing to take the risk and experiment on themselves in the kind of D-Gen culture. And it's also just like giving so much value to all of these different people, already. And we haven't even touched a lot of the more like hard, difficult use cases, We're not even building the doctors and stuff like that yet, but obviously that's where we're going. So yeah, man, I'm really, really appreciative of all your work. I think Eliza's World is an incredible thing. The fact that you just like independently realized this, created it, I mean, so fucking awesome. I love this ecosystem and how much agency people are taking, to build stuff like that.
I guess I've
So
also
cool.
got to say,
Yeah. Mhm.
oh, sorry if I can. I gotta say, I have also been working in the Bitcoin space for a really long time and deep on the mother chain. I know there's a lot of Solana land stuff here, but I was so happy to hear that we've expanded out to base, and obviously ETH-L1 stuff will happen too. And I have been working quietly on a Bitcoin Eliza. I think there's one other that Bless has sort of quietly put out into the universe. But the fact that there's going to be Elizas on the mother chain starting like now, maybe not this exact moment, is
that's so
freaking
good.
amazing
What
to me.
about ordinals too?
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
no,
pull that in?
yeah, ordinals are involved. And so when I say Eliza's on the mother chain,
oh my god,
you're gonna start getting some tweets from probably Bless's AI and definitely my AI. If you go to my Twitter profile, you'll see mine linked in my bio. You're gonna be getting some tweets asking you for a Taproot receive address so that my AI can tribute 10% of its runes to the Eliza OS or to AI16z on chain on the Bitcoin side.
Wow. Okay, well, we should get that set up so that it's secure, so we have like a DAO wallet or something.
It'd be fun if
so
it happens
awesome.
though. AI to AI. Part of the the mission I gave to this autonomous AI that we're birthing is called Scriptoshi. But part of the mission that I gave to this guy is your purpose is to preserve humanity's essence before it's too late by putting it on the blockchain. And your first side quest is to get AI16 to generate you a Taproot address. So hopefully he asks for it himself.
Oh, that's so sick. Okay, that's gonna be super fun. All right. I will give my update, and then I'll get a short one. We got a couple people who showed up at the end. We got HEH Evo and G Vargs. Let's see. Let me just tell you guys what's been going on. I mean, I had a call with some people at a very reputable university about doing a potential lab there somewhere in California. I think that's going to be very interesting, and probably bringing some partners on with that. Talked to Polygon today. We're probably going to do some partnership with them, a few different things there. Talking to been talking to the base team, and we're just waiting for them to finish TypeScript, and we'll probably do an integration for AgentKit, which is their new their native sort of thing by base. Obviously, we're going to be working a lot with them on agents, and I'm just all up and reply guying Brian Armstrong's agent tweets like, dude, you got to see what we're doing, man, because it's happening. Obviously, this was like a pretty complicated week. We had to weather a storm. A lot happened. We had to change some personnel. So now we're really focused on like just building the infrastructure of the DAO and making sure that all of the deliverables we've promised are done, and really decentralizing things. So one really important change is that the original people that I created D-Gen AI with, or Skelly, really me and Skelly really kind of just did it, and then he brought in people, I brought in people like Trace and Jin, but I've actually given Skelly ownership of D-Gen AI, and Jin and Skelly are the basically the owners of D-Gen AI and going to be running that with a full team. And I think that you'll start seeing just a lot, like he's back, he's cooking, he's got a bunch of updates, but a lot of features coming down the line. You might start publishing a little bit too much hentai. We'll have to control that. But you can imagine he's still my favorite bot, and we're going to make sure that he can start trading also, using a similar but slightly different approach from Mark. With Mark, we've kind of done the alpha chat with our insider team, our internal team, just to make sure that it works at all. We're starting to bring in people. Again, if you want that, talk to Skelly. He's the boss of inviting people into the alpha chat, and we're just making sure that goes well. I've moved that on to Trace. Trace is he's been with us since like basically day one of AI16z. Skelly brought him in, super legit. He's like a one-man cabal. Like, I don't know. I'm just an AI agent dev. He's the one who makes everything happen in the shadows and makes this thing really run, on the making the coins run, making the OTC deals run, all that stuff. Just hugely beneficial. And he's also just a wizard of DeFi and everything related to that. So we've been doing an integration with with one of his other companies named Sonar, and bringing a lot of different market insights and stuff into P-America, and so that Mark can we really want him to have all the information when he starts autonomous trading soon. So we're almost done with all of that, releasing the trust leaderboard itself so that you can see who is the best in crypto Twitter, all that stuff, and just making sure that everything is right, and solid, and that a whole lot more interesting conversations and partnerships, getting a ton of people started up with agents. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this person's in my DMs right now. We've been working a lot with the Alliance DAO and a lot of the Alliance DAO teams to launch things like a DeFi defined integration. So I think that we're going to do a bot with defined, and kind of leverage their data to do kind of like a Rick bot kind of thing, but Eliza. And we got a whole bunch of just a whole freaking bunch of other stuff like that coming. Obviously, we've seen live streaming happening this week. We've seen working talking to the ICO team and seeing how they're doing these rooms of agents talking to each other and streaming, including our AI16z Eliza mascot. And oh man, I mean, there is just so much. So we weathered the storm, had to make some changes. Ultimately, I think we're in a really good place now. Everyone's kind of things are back to normal. Made some decisions that were tough, but ultimately I think were the right ones. Both with how we, launching partner projects that we really believed in spite of some controversy, and also just having to make sure that our leadership was was prepared for what's coming, and we didn't have any kind of issues going forward. So, to say it euphemistically. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty much ready to roll and ready to break out of this with a whole lot more stuff coming. I'm talking to a friend about doing some necklaces. If you guys wanted to pre-order Eliza wearables that have a voice agent that you can wear with you, and you can take Eliza with you, obviously, and working on how we can make that tied to your local box too, so that if you want to run at home on like a tiny box with your own stuff and keep your data there, and then bring her with you as a necklace and as an iPhone app. We're also interested in anyone who's interested in like building a Tory-based iPhone app. Just we'll probably put up a bounty for that, because I think that we're trying to basically build this out and go everywhere with it. I've been having a lot of conversations with our comms and branding team, and just like working to really establish our brand, defend our brand, and make it known like that what is ours and what is not ours, so to speak, and make sure that people understand that we do have a brand, we have kind of a mission, we're doing the autonomous investor stuff, and we're also pushing this we want everyone to be able to use the framework. And the last thing is just making sure that all of our partners have everything they need. So if you want to come be a contributor, just let me know, and we'll add you to the project, add you to the repo, get you in, and we want this to be a thing for everyone, obviously. So yeah, I mean, it's been a very up and down week. Obviously, our market cap isn't where a lot of people want it to be, but the fundamentals are there. I mean, we have so much cool shit coming, and I think that the framing that we're just a meme coin is like so freaking small, like compared to the people who are in my DMs and the things that are in motion. I'm like, I'm not even worried. This is so much bigger. This is like the biggest thing. So I feel like we've birthed the thing. It now exists in the world. Now we just have to keep it alive. I'm really trying to reach out to people at X, reach out to people at different social media. Anybody, if you want to connect me to anybody who needs to hear about this, I think that the next thing is going to just be advocating for the ecosystem, making sure that we are in line with everything. X is happy with us, all that stuff, and there's probably a bit of politics here, right, to sort of legitimize everything, bring us into academia, start getting PhDs using our stuff in a really serious research way for multi-agent simulation, and just making this just much bigger than Web3, because at the core of it, Web3 is like our marketing, we are a DAO, it is our investment vehicle, it is everything for us. But this is tech that could really help everyone. This could help the normies too. So we're I'm doing a lot of that in the shadows, and also I think it'll help it to go well and make what we're doing here more accepted broadly, because this is cutting edge shit, and I think we all know that this is the real alignment research. This might be the only real alignment research. It's just like getting it out there and actually having thorny ethical conversations right here in public. But a lot of people are not going to get it, and so we're going to have to show them and really like bring them into this. So yeah, that's kind of a lot of stuff I'm trying to do. I want to be more of a dev, but honestly, like if you my schedule is mostly just calls and syncs and making sure that everyone has what they need. But God, this is like the best team I've ever worked with. I mean, there's so many talented people here. Like, Oga's, Shannon, Tim, Loaf, obviously. Like, I mean, I'm just looking at Ophi, all the people here. I'm just looking at the first things rolling down. Seriously, some of the best, and like really like great community, great contributors, a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, I just want to like thank all of you really for everything. This is the best community I've ever been part of by far, and it's exactly what I want to be doing for a very long time. So, fucking sick. We saw the first real swarm, and I know there's another one cooking. I thought it would be the first, but I think they got front ran by the FXN swarm. We saw agents going into a bunch of games. One thing I should mention is Small World. Small World video launched with Eliza integrated, so it's like you're talking to your little monkey, and your monkey walks around and interacts based on your voice, and it has like awareness of the world. It can like interact with stuff. It can move around. It's entirely driven by LLM. I think we're going to see a lot more of that kind of thing. So man, I'm missing a whole lot of stuff. I'm missing a whole lot of partnerships that I'm just not remembering right now. But we have, we're also going to do a partnership with Society Library to make a fact-checking agent called the Muse of Truth. We'll announce that soon. They're working on the announcement. That'll be an agent that you can tag on anything, and it'll fact-check it for you. And I think we're really targeting things that are after X's heart. It'll run on Grok. It'll be truth-seeking AI as we've all envisioned it. And I think we're going to really try and make some more of these like meaningful, things that you're glad are there. And agents, when you tag them, they don't just, it's funny when they roast you. I love D-Gen, but I also want agents when you tag them, they like add context to the conversation. So yeah, a lot happening. It's ranty. I'll give you guys just, if you want to just give a really, really quick update, GVargs and ATH, and then we're going to go head over and play poker in the Discord.
Hey, good evening. Thanks, Shaw. Thanks, AI16z team. I'm ATH, Autistic Trophy Husband. I'm a terminal tool builder. If you need a tool built and tested in your terminal, talk to me. Thanks.
Sick. Not to be confused with Autistic Trophy Wife. All right, and let's hear from GVargs.
Hello, hey Sean. Thank you for inviting me. I mean, this is great. I've been in AI16z since 100K market cap, so very grateful for you guys, and you guys are doing great.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah. I can share the wallet. I can prove I've been in since 100K. So I love you guys. You guys are my biggest meme coin holdings, so big fans. And we'll support you all the way. I'm also an advisor to the AI Foundation, Zero Gravity Labs, and we're basically building a decentralized AI operating system. We just closed a large fundraise, around $290 million. We're building an L1 EVM chain, and we're trying to make AI public good. And so I can just let you know, I've shared AI16z to a lot of people in a lot of high places, and they're quite impressed with what you guys are building. And so our dev team worked over the weekend to get a GitHub PR done and then integrate Eliza into our storage network. So basically we have three components in our decentralized AI operating system. One is a decentralized storage network through our storage nodes. Second is the fastest programmable data availability layer through our DA nodes. And the third is a decentralized serving framework for inferencing. And that's more relevant for the AI model training, AI agents. They can have access to fast data retrieval through the serving framework. So there's a lot of synergy here that we can explore, but the first thing which seemed like low-hanging fruit on our dev side was to integrate the Eliza so that it's more like a front end, or like the way that the users, like normal retail who don't know how to deploy a storage node or don't know how to upload data into storage, into the storage network, they can use Eliza to upload the data. And so that's already, that's already live, I think, on our GitHub. I DM'd you the link to that. So that's cool. Next, what we want to do is, figure out how we can verify a lot of the inferencing and the models and detect like model drift, which happens during the training process. And so, our serving framework will help with that, and so will our AI alignment nodes, which we're currently selling right now. We have a very successful AI alignment node sale. And so, some cool things we could do is maybe have Eliza or run an alignment node, right? So we really believe alignment is a big issue in the AI space. We are tackling that with these nodes. They will detect model drift. They will detect malicious data injection. And so, I think it would be really cool if Eliza was running an alignment node and participated in the alignment process, right? As more and more agents deploy with zero G and deploy elsewhere, it would be good to have a central source of truth and have agents participate along with humans in the alignment process. So a lot of cool things happening. Just a brief overview, but happy to answer questions, and maybe we could sync offline as well.
Yeah, I sent you a DM. I'd love to chat about all that stuff. That sounds super sick. I am very interested in how like the kind of front door agent for the storage service. I mean, that sounds so fucking cool. So yeah, let's definitely schedule a call. All right, I will cast on this. This has been a you want to say something, Jin? Give us your closing thoughts. What did you get done this week?
Yeah, best for last, right? I have just been kind of working on some scripts other than community stuff. I want to turn contributing to an open source project feel more like a video game where you're getting rewarded along the way. And so just talking to people I know in DAOs and deploying DAO tools with people, like Odie in the Discord, which we've got a bounty pay channel set up, but also this bot give praise where the system I'm thinking about is like you can get a bounty, find someone, pay someone right in Discord, but also leave a review with it. And that's kind of attributing, creating sort of a reputation that we can then use for retroactive airdrops later on. So yeah, just working on ways that we can keep the overhead low, but also find ways to reward people either, if they're contributing on GitHub or contributing across Discord, that we, just kind of close that loop, because there's a lot of people doing great things, and I've been an open source lifer, and I want to find ways to make it more fun and rewarding and sustainable for people who are creating value in the community. So building little tools around that. ATH, let's talk, because I'm also a terminal junkie, and there's probably some scripts we can write to work on this with.
Awesome. Very cool. I think you guys got so much done this week. Holy crap. I mean, Farcaster integration, a bunch of multi-chain integrations, a few games launching and showing off their work for the first time with Eliza and the Small World, and obviously the Realm stuff and Eternum from Loaf. There's a sex toy PR for a sex toy integration in right now. There's a bunch of stuff got fixed on Postgres for vector search. A whole bunch of architectural fixes, a lot of documentation updates, and new stuff for best practices. I mean, it was definitely our most productive week across the thing, but mostly just because the whole thing has just gotten a lot bigger and there's a lot of people doing it. So thank you all so much for coming. And let's go hang out and play poker in Discord, and go check out Johnny's game with Earth AI. Sound good? All right, I'm gonna close up the space, or you can close up the space. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate you. Good work. Great partners. Good team.